I'm live. I just went live. Thanks, boss. What's good, y'all? Let me do the customary secretarial work first before I really get into it. Let me check to make sure all my people is, people's in the building. Let's check for Uncle Freezy. Yeah, there's Uncle Freezy on Sportscaster. That's good. That's dope. So Uncle Freezy is on Sportscaster. Hey, what's good, Raphael? Hey, what's good? I'm gonna say my little piece, and then I'm gonna throw this in. Then I'm gonna put the invite out there for everybody. So I want to get on today, man. I don't think I'm gonna be on for too long. Of course, it's a holiday. You know what I'm saying? I want to spend some time with the family. All the kids coming in from out of town. You know how that go. You know what I'm saying? Hey, salute AK. AK, what's good? Raphael is in the building. That's my dog right there, Raphael, man. That's my man, man. Man, I love that dude. I love that dude, God of Moses and Elijah. That's my guy. Let me check one other place. Let me check one other thing. Bam. There we go. All right. So, all right. I got you. What I wanted to basically talk about it is the brighter days ahead for the Knicks, right? So we have we're in a place where, you know how you say, well, AK was good. Hey, you know how you always you get to a place and you say, well, it can't get any worse from here. And then it does. And then you get to that place that you like, I thought it couldn't get any worse, but now I'm here. And then you're like, well, at least we hit rock bottom. And then you realize it's not quite rock bottom. You know what I'm saying? Payback card in the building. What's good? Yo, YDK for real. What's good, fam? What's good? What's goody? Well, hey, I was mentioning rock bottom, right? But I believe that the Knicks as a franchise have not hit rock bottom. I believe we're at a good place. I believe this kid Obi Toppin is going to be a legit contributor. I watched Dennis Smith Jr. play. Watched the Julian Tran was good. Was good. Can y'all hear me okay? AK like, damn. What's good, AK? A Rush was good. What's happening? Yo, so I'm optimistic, man. I'm legit optimistic about the kids. And I know me and God of Moses and Elijah got into it the other night about the direction of the team, like why play vets and stuff over the young guys. And even after I thought about that more, I'm even more optimistic about the kids, about what we have, about the future of the Knicks. Okay, hey, appreciate that, Payback Carter. Hey, appreciate that. Appreciate that. Somebody shout out Payback Carter. Yeah, hey, AK, we definitely not nowhere near where we was 5 years ago. 5 years ago, we were a train wreck with no direction. Just like legit, like we were legit a train wreck. Oh my goodness. Look who is in the chat. That MF Doom. The Legion of Knicks podcast. AKA the Ghost-Faced Killer. Was good. So today, man, I've been thinking all day about at work was a biatch for one. You know what I'm saying? The day before holiday is always like full of like uncertain events and feelings. and stuff. But I mean, for me, I ain't saying for y'all. Y'all might have like the perfect scenario for y'all. But what I'm getting at, oh hell, the quiet riot. RL is in the building. Was good, RL. Was good. Hey, I want y'all to do a favor for me, right? Everybody in the chat, that everybody come through the chat. Hey, suggest to others that come through to subscribe to the channel. And what that does is y'all already know because y'all hear me preach it. And I'm not really, well, I guess I am begging in a sense. So I beg in a sense, not just for me, for for self-fulfillment, but for the sake of having the community grow. You know what I'm saying? Because people legit come in and listen to us. Think about that. People legit come and listen. Oh, hell. Who let the dogs out? Simba Singh is in the building. What's good? What's good? Hey, so I was getting at this point where like people are coming legit listen to us to like argue and whatever for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2 hours and 5 minutes, 2 hours and 10 minutes, right? But they don't subscribe. And what happens is the number, like the average length of viewership, like when people click on this video, and the average length is super long. So clearly they are getting something that they like. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't necessarily translate to subscriptions, which, you know, if it was just a small group of us, like a small group of 75 or 80 of us, and this is all we did, and we weren't looking to bring in other people, hey, I'd be like, so what? Subscriptions don't mean nothing. But in a sense where we want to grow this community, this Knicks at Night podcast with positive vibes, because the reason why we do it mostly is because, you know, we want some positive vibes. We want some positive stories from our Knicks fandom. You know what I'm saying? Everything can't be negative. Like everything can't be doom and gloom. You know what I'm saying? Something has to be, you know, positive from a Knicks fan perspective, right? So getting back to the brighter days ahead. So I looked at the roster and I saw RJ Barrett and Obi Toppin, and I legit got giddy, right? Not because of what their talents may bring to the floor, but I think we can really invest in those young cats as people. Like I think they're legit good persons. You know what I'm saying? If I use that if I use that in the right sense, the context, right? So brighter days ahead. It doesn't necessarily mean that you know, the team is going to go out and win 50 games next season. To be honest with you, that'd be dope. But if as long as we head in the right direction, as long as we don't have more, as long as we don't have less wins than losses and look embarrassing doing it. You know what I'm saying? And so we have other young players on the team, and that just makes me think we have a good young core. You know what I'm saying? Like the future is, to me, the future is bright in Manhattan. It's legit. Like the future is bright. You know, and I can get into the X's and O's and break down how Obi Toppin can get say, you know, 10 good looks a game, and then maybe 5 or 6 contested looks to get him to about 17 points a game. I can draw that up, and we can talk about that all night. But for the most part, what we want to talk about is having talent. Obi-Wan was good. Quentin Powell in the building was good. Was good. And the funny thing is, in a weird sense, I miss y'all, man. This group, this community we got going on is dope. You know what I'm saying? Hector Beauchamp in the building. What's good? What is good? Hector Beauchamp is in the building. So we have this young core, man, of young, talented kids that are also good people. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, you know, can you build a legit contender around the 3 or 4 pieces we have in place? And I think so. I think we can. I think we will. You know what I mean? Because good people and hard work, you know what I'm saying, that pay dividends. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you want. I'm gonna go ahead and put this invite thing in the chat. I want to keep it to like 3 or 4 people, and then that way we can won't necessarily have to talk over each other and all that stuff. And it ain't no disrespect for nobody. It's just we just want to make sure that we be straight. Christopher M is in the building. What's good? Joe Madden is in the building. What's good? Obi-Wan, I see you. Yo, so I put the invitation out there. So, it's one of those things, man, where if you want to come and jump on, you can. If not, I got plenty of stuff that I could talk about, stuff that I want to share. But it's not always just about Uncle Freezy out here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. We want to, man, the main thing we want to do is make sure that we, oh, hell. What's good, boss?
What's happening, buddy? How you doing?
Hey, good to see you, man. Hey,
you too. Good day. College basketball was on.
Yeah.
Your boy Cade looks good. I need to see him a little bit more with better competition, but he looks nice.
Yeah. Hey, and that team, UT San Antonio, is not a bad team. I think they were pretty good last year.
Who, Arlington?
Yeah, they were pretty good last year, I think.
Oh, were they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas Kentucky looks good too. You know what, BJ Boston? Man. BJ Boston reminds me an awful lot of Brandon Ingram.
Yo, look who it is!
Freezy,
hey, what's good?
What up, baby?
Big Joe. Hey, what's good, boss man?
How you doing?
Chilling, baby. Chilling. Glad to be on.
Hey, man, we happy to have you on.
Nice. Appreciate. Honestly, bro, I really appreciate the setup that you got for the community, bro. Everybody coming on, Joe, and everybody these past couple of days. I really appreciate what you've been setting up.
Yeah, man. Hey,
it's good. Keep keeping us going into the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's all love, boss. Oh shoot, what happened?
I don't know. I think Joe left. Am I here?
No,
hey, hold on. I changed one of the settings. Hold on. I hit something accidentally.
There you go.
All right.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah. This is the continuous vibe. This is not just like for me. This is legit how I feel about the homies and about the Knicks. You know what I mean? So we legit want to put together a community of cats that just want to talk their noise about the Knicks or whatever. Yeah. And get a place to vent about the stuff that's going on. You know what I mean? So, it's not, like with me, I'm not in Knicks film school or nothing like that, man. I'm just a regular cat. You know what I'm saying? But we doing our thing out here showing love, though.
From how you setting everything up, bro, you would think you've been doing this for years, my guy, honestly.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, but I'm flying by the seat of my pants, boss.
Yo, if you're looking for any interns, bro, I'm doing an intern on the producing side for you, my guy.
Hey, we'll see. Hopefully, I get my skills up. Hopefully. So what do you think about college basketball starting?
With college basketball, honestly, I feel like with COVID and everything going on, we should just just relax and calm down. But I'm into it. Honestly, but with the season coming up, we need something to keep us all entertained.
Right. Yo, look who in the building. Jerome Carl is in the building. Hey, who was George Alvernia? Georgia, you knew? Georgia, if you knew, type new in the chat so we can welcome you in the chat. If you've been here before and you know what I'm saying, we overlooked you, I apologize, man, but we try to make this setting right here, you know what I'm saying, a safe place for Knicks fans to come and vent and talk that noise, talk that trash like we do, kind of in the streets. We try to be a little respectful, but you know how it is. Yeah. We need a place where we can come and do our thing. Yeah.
We can't keep defending Julius Randle. That's all I gotta say.
Man, are you serious? You bugging? Y'all said something the other night. To me that didn't make sense to me, and I didn't get a chance to get to it because sometimes sometimes we get like piranhas and start getting, you know what I'm saying, on a topic, and you know what I'm saying. So and then like say for instance, the other night you put like 4 great points in one take, right? But by the time we heard the last take, we were so excited that we ignored the first 3 points. You know what I'm saying? And so we can't really, you know what I'm saying? So, but the thing you said, something. You said the thing about I don't know if it was you, but per se, but I think it was oh look who in the building. The New York Knicks is in the building. What's good? Coming to support some Knicks at Night podcast. You know what I'm saying? But hey, what you was the empty stats thing with Randall bothered me because for me, I believe it's hard enough. It's too hard to make an NBA roster, period. Right? Just making the final 15 is tough.
Yeah.
And then making a starting lineup is even tougher, right? Just to be a start. But then when you got a guy that's borderline 20 and 10, that can't be empty stats. You know what I'm saying?
Where my point on that was his stats don't lead to wins. And it's the same.
Right.
And he's taking 15, like 16 or 17 shots a game. That's a lot of high volume for only getting about 19 points a game. Thing about Randall is people are saying I hating on Randall. I don't hate on Randall. He makes a lot of mistakes. He's a good player, but he's not a number one option. And if he's our number one option, the Knicks have a big problem. If you have to run him your number one option, you're not going to go anywhere.
Okay.
For his respect, is Obi was brought in. Obi's a stretch floor. He can space the floor. So Randall, I think, could be good. Either if he accepts to come off the bench, that'd be great. Or if he can learn how to shoot, that'd be great. If not, trade him. Trade him to a contender where he can win and he can be used properly as a third or fourth option.
Right.
See, the thing is, the Knicks brought him in. They gave him $18 million. They handed him the keys. And he thought he was it when he's not it. He's not that. He's not the option. So the other thing is you have to trade him or put him to the bench because Obi has to play. You have to put Obi in. Then there's no point. If you're going to have Obi on the bench, then you're basically wasting an 8th overall pick. When if you were going to draft him to sit on the bench, why didn't you just go draft a point guard then?
Yeah,
right. Just put Obi in, play competitive basketball, tank for Cade, and we go at it again next year.
Hey, well, let me say a couple things real quick. First of all, peace to Allah Wise. What's good? Germ warfare is in the building. Hey, and George said that he been around a couple times and he found us through Sim. So George, guess what you get? George Alvernia is in the building. My man. Yeah, man. Hey, so the thing about Julius Randle, man, being a number one option, what I would contest your argument with, even though I partially agree, what I would say though is not totally fair, because of this. With you think Julius Randle performed as a poor number one option, right? But what I would say is we got poor performance from the number 2 and the number 3 options also, right? So it's one of those deals where if the 2 and 3 options would have supported Julius, he'd have either been a better number 1 or they would have surpassed him and took over the number 1 option spot and had Julius be the number 2 option.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So oh my God. Look who in the Oh my God. State of the New York Knicks is in the building. What's up, State? State, you're gonna have to come on here and stop dodging us, bro. State, listen, I know, look, I know you're a big, strong man, you know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, I think you're dodging us. You need to come on here, turn that microphone on. Come get some. Come get some.
Yo, Freezy, I was looking, they just show the highlights in the TV here in front of me, that Cade Cunningham. That Cade Cunningham, to me, he's Ben Simmons with a jump shot.
Absolutely.
And we have to get him. Like, I want competitive basketball, but if we get like 7 there, we need to trade up for that kid. We have to give the house in hell for that kid. Because he's exactly what we need. We need a point guard, and we need a player that does it all. Like, he can be literally a triple-double threat in the league.
But that's what I told you a few streams ago.
Yeah.
The dude is legit. The dude is legit.
See, what I was saying was I seen a lot of high school tape, and everyone looks good on high school tape. Now you see him in college. Like, we got to see a little bit more of him, but his first game, he looks good.
Right.
Austin Rivers had a good high school tape too.
Yeah.
Who?
Austin Rivers had a good high school tape too.
Yeah.
Hey, TK. Yeah, he had a great high school tape.
Like, if I could just chime in, the only thing I'm gonna say about like Julius Randle, I'm gonna agree with you, Freeze, with the stats part and like him not having anybody else. Because for the first month and a half, we didn't have a point guard. You know, we was running random people out at point with Fizdale. For some reason, Fizdale didn't want to play Frank. Don't get it, don't understand it. But for the first month and a half, Randle didn't have a point guard. Randle tried to put too much pressure on himself, and that just ate him up. So when you start from the bottom and you try to do 10 things all at 100%, you look trash if you're only getting them 10, 20% done. You know, so I would say give him half of a season and flip him, get him out of here, but he's not the key.
Yeah. Hey, let me. Yo, look who in the building. It's Skate. What's good, Skate?
Hold on, bro. I'm taking this off my oven real quick.
All right.
And that just ate him up. So when you start from the bottom and you try to do 10 things all at 100%, you look trash. You're only getting them 10, 20% done. You know, so I would say give him half of the season and flip him, get him out of here. But
they come in bringing the noise with them. That's my boy Skate on Twitter. Yo, look who in the building. It's Skate. What's good, Skate?
Yo, what's up, man? What's up, man?
I'm taking this off my oven. Hey, you got the stream playing in the background?
I turned it off.
Oh,
wow. Got the music playing too. Hold on.
Got the vibe. At
man.
1 a.m.
What do you guys think of this Nicholas Batum thing? Do you think the Knicks should try and get in with that 3-team trade?
Hell yeah. Is that a trick question? Is that a trick question? You
get some picks back, yeah.
Yeah, we got to move Randall in that deal, though.
Listen.
Package him. I'll pay for his
listen, fellas. I have no beef with Julius Randle, right?
Yeah.
My issue with Julius Randle, let's not say he gave empty stats. I feel like we do him a disservice when we say that.
Right. Any player a disservice when you say empty stats.
So let's try to get away from the empty stats. Let's say he was placed. He has the same excuse that Kevin Knox, DSJ, Frank Ntilikina. He got the same excuse. He had bad coaching. He was in the wrong positions. He is not a number one option. He is a number 4, number 5 option. And his best role is suited off the bench. Mm-hmm. So when you have multiple factors like that, and he's thrust into a number 1 role, which he never was in before, I think we could give him I think we could cool off on the Randle thing. My beef with Randle is he don't fit with RJ. He don't fit with RJ, and he don't fit with Mitch. He's not the long-term partner with Mitch. Obi Toppin is. It's clear because the Knicks drafted Obi.
Yeah.
If Randy was any good last season, we would have never looked Obi way. That's how I feel about it. Obi is a 4. He's not a 3, right?
Absolutely.
So when you're looking at a guy, like I look at the roster, right? Don't get me wrong. This person that I'm about to say is Freezer. You know where I'm going with this, but when you have a guy like Knox on the roster and you drafted this man 9th, right. I think it would behoove you after you spent $1.5 million for Kenny Payne to see what this kid has, and before you even think about trading him. So I don't want to see Alec Burke in the starting lineup with RJ. I don't want to see that. But this is just me being selfish. I don't want to be a homer right now. But for the future of the franchise, the starting small forward should be named Kevin Knox next season.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about Reggie Bullock. I don't want to see him in the starting lineup no more. We seen that last season. That's mind-boggling. I don't want to see Alfred Payton in the starting lineup no more. We seen that last season. We had a large sample of Alfred Payton and RJ Barrett, and the offense stinks. We don't have Taj Gibson no more, so I don't even care about Taj Gibson. But I would like for Mitch to be in the starting lineup. If that's the case, even if management say we're going to start Randall, let's say they start the season, we're going to start Randall. All right, don't start Alfred Payton. Start Austin Rivers at point guard because that's the better fit for RJ and put RJ on the ball.
I'll tell you, I go with DSJ. I give DSJ a shot. That kid, his mother died. He had injuries. He just had a lot of bad luck last year.
All right.
His jump shot, was it the guy, Keith Smart, broke his jump shot. Now he's working with one of the best shooters to ever play the game. What's his name?
Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf.
Yeah. He's working with him. And the jump shot looks decent. Give him a month. If he doesn't do anything a month, package him and Randall or somebody to trade him. Let's see what he can do because he can work. To me, I could see him being like a bum Derrick Rose under Tibbs. Tibbs likes that point guard that'll get into the paint, penetrate, and that's what DSJ can do. So I'd like to see him. Frank will get a shot, but I think he's better coming off the bench playing defense. That's it. If he can develop a jump shot, great. But other than that, to me, he's just a role player off the bench. And a good role player. Like
a spark that you need.
Huh?
A spark that you need off the bench.
Yeah, like Marcus Smart does with the Boston Celtics. But you need to get Frank. Frank can be that if he can get a little bit more aggressive. But that's what I think. We need to play the young guys. We got to see what we have. If not, you trade them at the deadline, and we go into next year's draft and get something else.
We gotta go. We gotta be able to go 100% with the young guys because our front office, the coaching staff talks about playing the young guys, but when it comes down to it, they feel the pressure from the media, they feel the pressure from ESPN because we all know trashing the Knicks is a market. You make money off of trashing the Knicks. You know, ESPN. That's why they always put them articles out. That's why they always put them videos. That's why Stephen A. Smith is the meme king. You know, it's a market for trashing the Knicks. So we just gotta go 100%, not feel the pressure from the outside. Just imagine go. I know it's easy to look on hindsight, but imagine when we got Melo, right? If we just waited to that off season and signed them in free agency, and all those pieces that we used to get Melo, we could have used that to get CP3. We could have cut Amari. We could have cut Amari with the provision, the amnesty clause, signed Tyson and traded for CP3. We just need to wait. We need to be patient and just let it build naturally.
So the thing about DSJ that annoys me with him is that he's so talented, but he allows his fragile mind to get in the way of winning. So this always stuck with me. I did not like when the crowd was chanting for Frank's name when DSJ was playing bad. I didn't like that.
Killed his head.
Yeah. But what I didn't like was DSJ's response to it because he walked to the bench pouting, and guess who was the first person who got up and tried to give him a 5 and shake his hand?
Frank.
Good old Frank Ntilikina. And what he do? He don't shake his hand, put his head down. You know, the Kevin Knox after Kevin Knox missed a couple jumpers, and you sitting on the bench pouting. I don't need to see that. Next season, it's no fans. It's no fans in the stands in the garden.
That's an advantage for the Knicks, not having the
yes. So
just concentrate on ball.
Yes, and so I'm looking at you laughing, Guillermo, but it's the truth.
You have no idea why I'm laughing. I'm not laughing at what you said.
Oh, okay. So the fans is a factor, right? It's no fans. You got Thibodeau now. You have $5 million Alfred Payton in your way. You and Frank Ntilikina is going in year 4. Frank Ntilikina's cap holder is $18 million, and your cap holder is $17 million. You're not on the books for next offseason. The only 5 players that's on the books is Mitch, RJ, Kevin Knox, Emmanuel Quickly, Obi Toppin. So we have $64 million in cap space. I need to see a large sample size of Frank Ntilikina and Dennis Smith Jr. next season. I love that Austin Rivers pickup. I like Austin Rivers a lot, but he only needs 15 minutes per game. You don't need.
That's not. Sorry to cut you off. That's,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. First of all, were you done? My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. You weren't.
No. Go ahead.
But first and foremost, maybe I'm old school.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't play with fans there, bro, I don't want you in the team. If you let fans get in your head, my favorite players, they use this is why, and I'm not a Kobe fan, but I appreciate rest in peace, Kobe. I appreciate what Kobe did because Kobe relished like the crowd being against him because he couldn't wait for the moment to make them shut up, to make them bow to his will. I love soccer, and if you guys, I don't know if you guys know like Barcelona, Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Player Ronaldinho, right? And I'm a Manchester United fan, but Ronaldinho had such a great game at the biggest rivals stadium team against Barcelona that he made the Barcelona fans get up and clap for him when he got subbed off because he was so effing good. Our players, if you do not have a backbone that says I could drown out these guys, that all this other stuff is nice, it's whatever. If it's going for me, if it's going bad, I'm focused on the game, right? And that's maybe it's up to DSJ if he knew that he was not mentally stable. And again, the fans weren't cheering for him because and knowing that his mom died because no one knew, right? So they were just cheering for Frank because like, yo, this dude sucks. It should have been on DSJ if he's that mentally fragile, take himself out and say, hey, coach, I can't play. And I'm pretty sure Fizz will be like, yeah, bro, you need to stay out. Some players want to play through it because they get their mind off it. Some players, and he tried to be like this tough guy, whatever. Now, to the acquisitions that we made, it is not about giving the young players time if they don't deserve it. Like I said, Frank Ntilikina, if he cannot beat out a cheaper option in Austin Rivers, who averaged last year 8.8 points off of what? I think high 30% shooting, right?
36%.
36%. So that's not high. That's around average, right? That's around average from the three, right? And he played decent defense. If you can't beat that out, Frank, you do not deserve to be here. If you can't beat that out in training camp, if you can't beat that out in whatever spot minutes or whatever minutes they may give you coming off the bench or coming into a game, you cannot perform that, you don't deserve to be here. This is why I like what Tibbs is doing because Tibbs is like, okay, everybody says that we should give you guys a chance, whatever, right? Fair enough. Let me give you a barometer. If you can pass this test, fair enough. We're going to play you. Going to spot. You know what it is? You know what I mean? If you can't beat this out, and the thing with DSJ to me, man, to your point, State, DSJ's mental prime has not come into fruition to me, his physical prime. No. He was in college playing like a scoring guard. And this is the thing I hate about AAU ball in college to some extent. Not saying I hate it all, but that these guys get such improper development and they get rushed because these greedy ass agents want to make as much money from them and milk these guys dry that when they come to the NBA, we're serious. I mean, I had an argument with Sim literally talking about RJ Randall not being able to pass out the double team. And this is something I learned when I was in high school and we sucked. You're talking about guys who go and coming with simple high school court awareness, right? Just situational basketball. That's Knox. Right. That's Frank. That's DSJ. DSJ is a guy who relies so much on his athleticism to the point that he ripped both of his ACLs and he still relies solely on his athleticism to get by. He doesn't know any other way to play. He's not a proper point guard. So again, I know everyone wants to show the shooting thing, and thank you, State, for pointing out on Twitter. He did this last year.
Yeah, the video.
The same thing last year. There were videos doing the same thing last year. The same shit.
I'm not reposting it. I don't care about Frank videos. I don't care about DJ videos. I don't care about Knox, Mitch. I don't give a damn. What I give a damn about is seeing we didn't have arguments, bro. We didn't have bad arguments on Twitter, bro, about Frank and Knox. I mean, yeah, Frank and Knox. We done had bad arguments on Twitter. The way we argue for these young boys, they better come back in the next couple of weeks, and they better give us a good product on the court. The reason why I mentioned no fans, the reason why I mentioned no fans is because they get a season. They get all right. Boom.
Well, like extra practice, basically.
No. Basically, it's no pressure from Dolan, right? Because he don't got to hear 1,000 people booing. That's one. Two, you get the solely focus on basketball, you don't have to hear booing. You don't have to see the faces in the crowd because we all know how Madison Square Garden is. When you got them close-up seats, you can feel the pressure. And I feel like it would be easier for them to transition as men under Tibbs. And I just feel like that the factors is there. Frank Ntilikina, I just need you to give me minimum 10 points per game. If you're getting 27 minutes a night.
I said I aim high. I said give me 13 to 15 points. Give me anywhere from 35 above from 3 with 3 to 4 attempts a game, or I said 3.5 to 4 attempts a game, right? And give me adequate defense. And
you gotta take the expectations on the points per game because you gotta still understand we drafted Obi. Obi's gonna be a top 3 option. We got RJ. He's going to be a top 3 option. We're going to feature Randall because Randall got to get traded. So he's going to be a top option.
But Randall and Obi are not going to play at the same time. So, again, with Tibbs, you know what Tibbs like do? He don't have a Derrick Rose on his team. So he's going to play elbow action, post-up play, a lot more ISO. And you're going to draw attention if you're a guy like RJ. Don't
that fit the bill with I don't mean to cut you off, but don't that – I don't even want to – I hate when I got to talk about this kid, but –
Who?
Frank Ntilikina, but because the 6'3" and 2, man, the 6'3" and 2 is killing me. But when I think about the excuse my language, but when I think about the ass coaching that these kids received, I don't know how good any one of these kids are. Like we could be sitting here having this debate. Kevin Knox ended up being the best player on the team. We can say they'd be having this debate. Mitchell Robinson be the best player on the team. Even though if Mitchell Robinson becomes the best player on the team, that's something horribly went wrong. Horribly went wrong. I don't know what went wrong.
If he's looking like a baby AD, you might change it. That's big as if.
That's an if. But the last time a big man was a Finals MVP and was the best player on the championship team was 2011. It's 2020 going on to 2021. That's going on a decade. I need RJ or Frank or Knox to hit. I need one of these picks to hit. I need one of them to hit.
I'll say this. I'll say this real quick. I'm sorry. I mean to cut you off. I'll say this real quick about this, right? Like these guys, man, you know, when you talk about the I agree with you wholeheartedly, right? But State, you can't sit here and tell me, not saying you won't tell me this, but you guys can't sit here and tell me that there haven't been guys on other teams that have gotten coaching, terrible coaching, and they improved. Like, for instance, Buddy Hield is putting up 20 points a game off of 40% shoot from 3. Now, honestly, so yeah, because of Jaeger, whatever his name is, about defense, effort and stuff, right? But since his days, even with the Pelicans, but even though the Pelicans shooting above 40%, but his points and his production has shot up, and he hasn't gotten any good coaching in his whole career. Outside of that year with Yoga, I think Yoga's not a bad coach or wasn't a bad coach, right? So there are guys in the NBA that, despite the coaching around them, they have improved. Why isn't that happening on the team? Is it because we've drafted not great talent?
Well,
the infrastructure.
Some guys you have are like Buddy Hield. I know for facts a gym rat. There's been
Thank you, Joe. Hey, Joe. What do I say about Knox? What do I say about Knox? Not to
Knox
say
is a gym rat.
He doesn't have the He doesn't go into. That's one thing about quickly because he is a gym rat. Obi's a gym rat. RJ's a gym rat. The problem with Knox is he has the talent, but he doesn't. He's one of them kids I think that's got the a couple of $1 million, and he doesn't give a shit anymore.
Oh, come on.
I don't know.
We ain't doing that.
And I see you doing that. Hey, shout out to Manny Espinal in the building. What's good? And Black Prophet is in the building.
Like I want.
So the thing with Kevin Knox is I don't necessarily. Yo, Annuity 25 is in the building. What's good? The difference between us and other teams is a glaring weakness, and it's almost shameful that we have to admit this out loud. But 29 other teams have a thick development staff where when guys get drafted, they basically go into an orientation type situation. Welcome to the NBA. This is how you become a pro. These are the flaws we saw in college. This is what we feel like you need to fix in the NBA in order for you to have a sustainable career in the NBA. But then when you go to the 30th team that didn't have one, it's the New York Knicks, and we're always in the lottery. So now cats come to New York. The first thing they do is do a press conference with millions of people watching them all over the tri-state area, right? And then they get anointed into this thing where they're a part of the, whether they're the savior or not, they're put into the savior conversation. Like this kid right here is legit a piece that's going to turn our franchise around. Hey, what's good, Manny Espinal? But the thing I'm getting at is the Knicks are not like other situations. We're not getting the number one pick in the draft. We're not getting some star free agent. You know, we're gonna get the lion's share of the media coverage, whether good or bad on a national scale, and then plus what we get in the tri-state area is bigger than what 2/3 of the NBA get all year. You know what I'm saying? So now these kids are under the microscope. You know what I'm saying? So you bring in Obi Toppin, and the first thing people say is, well, is he gonna start over Julius Randle, who scored 19 and 9? You know what I'm saying? So you're automatically putting pressure on him. The thing is, and let me finish this, and then y'all can jump back in. The thing is in New York, if it was a situation where we were just backloading our roster, adding pieces, we could build a contender. But unfortunately for us, we haven't built the right way in 40 years. You know, we hadn't won a championship since 1973. And I think we only been to the NBA Finals twice since 1973. Right? That's 47 years, and we've gone twice. You know what I'm saying? Some teams go, Cleveland Cavaliers went back to back. You know what I mean? So we can't just we just can't blame. We just can't blame. But Joe, you can't blame. But you can't blame kids out of college for not developing at the pace that you want them to when you've been a disaster for two scores. For 40 years, you've been a disaster. You bring a kid in and he don't develop, and they blame the kid. You know what I'm saying? We can't continue to do that. You know what I'm saying? In the case of not Frank and everybody else, it's a situation where we probably have to just what we should have done is bring them along slow. Told the crowd, like, listen, we're gonna bring them along slow. We're gonna put them on minutes restrictions and have them develop really slow and make sure that they develop into high caliber NBA players. You know, other cities can throw their kids in the fire because if they swing and miss, it don't matter. Like in Miami, they swung and missed with Justice Winslow, right? And nobody cares because they got a kid named Tyler Hero. But people don't remember Justice Winslow. With us, if we swing and miss with Kevin Knox, guess what? We set back for years.
That's not true. If Atlanta Hawks swing and miss, again, they don't have the money New York has. If they swing and miss, that means less seats in the crowd. They don't have a marquee star to build around. That's a false narrative. The thing with the Knicks is that you could be a bad team.
How much media coverage is the Atlanta Hawks getting? How much money is the Atlanta Hawks?
If I'm in Minnesota, I can't get
Nobody cares about Minnesota,
right? If I can't bring players there, right? I can't draft proper players, right? I'm more apt. I'm more susceptible to an owner coming in and saying, "Hey, we're going to relocate," because as an owner, I want to make money. New York is going to make money regardless because guys from Germany and Austria and wherever the hell they come from, they're always going to buy tickets. So New York, we talking about media. That's garbage. Money in these other places. The Hawks did not have Trae Young.
I disagree, yo.
They suffer. They suffer because of money. No, the Seattle Supersonics basically, the whole star, but they kind of got screwed up a bit. Place like Seattle, right? Because they don't have the star players there. The thing about the Knicks is, like, I agree with you that we have not had the proper development stuff in place, right? But we also we did not draft well or draft for guys who just have talent, notwithstanding or regardless of the regimes. Frank Ntilikina was drafted for the triangle that Phil Jackson wanted to implement. He did not draft a guy in Donovan Mitchell. And I'm not trying to play hindsight. I'm just saying that if you draft a guy like Donovan Mitchell, I put money on Donovan Mitchell. He'd probably be in the playoffs.
No, he would not, because he would have never played. How he would have played?
Garbage because they wouldn't.
And the other thing too, and answer me this. Answer me this. So answer me this. If I'm wrong about the swing and miss theory and think about it, if I'm wrong about the swing and miss theory with draft picks, how come we still talking about Kevin Knox and Frank Ntilikina?
Wait,
Because
but
this-
we're not.
this-
But
this
hold
is
on, but we're
their
not.
year.
What's
What's the
Hold
damage?
on, Gambo. I want to hear what he got to say. Say
Oh,
it,
I'm sorry.
Steve.
my bad, my
No,
bad.
I wanted to piggyback with what Garen was saying. Like, I get exactly what you're saying, bro. It's like the Hawks, they have to hit on these draft picks. The Knicks, we can miss on draft picks. 34th Street is always going to sell out. You always going to have tourists.
Yeah.
You're always going to have kids from Germany like, Father,
Yeah.
let's go to the Knicks. Like, that's always going to happen, no
that's
matter
true.
what.
Look,
So,
like,
like
if
Atlanta,
Brooklyn,
these teams have to hit on their picks. Our development, how many people did we hire for our development staff? Like 10, 15 people. Who did we have before? We ain't had nobody
Nobody.
before. We had no development before.
Indictment on
They
Scott
don't.
Perry.
They don't have to. They
So
don't
it's
have to
like-
hit on
it's-
their
it's-
picks.
It's like
Yes,
the
they
bar.
do.
Actually, they don't have to hit on their
so
picks.
low on
They
the
in
ground for the
35.
Knicks. The Knicks have been trashed for so long. The bar is so low on the ground that when Leon Rose gets 2 extra draft picks on the second round, we lose our mind. So it's like we have to just go slow and be patient.
Yo, I hate.
But Hector, what I'm saying is this. So you said the bar is low, and
Yeah.
other teams don't have to hit on draft picks, right?
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. When's the last time the New York Knicks got the number 1 pick?
Pat.
Patrick Ewing.
You don't need a number
Right.
1 pick.
Right.
to-
Other franchises, not only have they got the number 1 pick one time to save their franchise,
Mhm.
they may
Some
have
of them
gotten
got
it
a
2
couple
or 3 times within a 10-year stretch.
Mhm.
The Knicks
Fucking
never
Cleveland
get the
got
number
it,
1
like,
pick.
what, 4 years
Because-
ago?
So if
Guys,
they
real quick. Yo,
if they
there's
swing this,
people watching. Hit them effing likes, man. There's
Yeah,
only
hit the
2
likes.
people.
yeah,
guys.
hit them
Nice,
likes,
man.
man. Get them-
Come on, man.
But listen, either way, the Knicks are
Okay,
always
man.
going to make money. Like, look at Brooklyn. They have Katie and Kyrie, and no one gives a shit about them. Like, the stadium's going to be empty. Everyone wants to go to the Garden. But the thing now I'm saying about, like, DSJ and Frank, this has to be their year. Because if they don't get it this year, they're going to be playing in China the year after. They're not going to be
Yo.
here.
Yo, the disrespect that I'm hearing from your mouth about my young boys is very disrespectful. I don't like it.
But State, you
They
told
played
us-
in the Fizdale, Fizz
Yeah, I
ass.
know. I agree.
All
but
right,
they have to
so
show up
since-
now.
All right, so since they played under Fizdale, we don't know how good these kids are. Knox and Frank needs to be left alone. I don't want to hear stuff from you about Knox don't like basketball. He's always in the gym, so stop it. I follow him. He's always in the gym, so stop it. He was in the gym yesterday and the day before. Come on, stop your nonsense. He already made 125 threes on 34% shooting. Until Frank Ntilikina or RJ Barrett or Mitchell Robinson hit 125 threes on 34% shooting in the whole season, I don't want to hear about Knox and all that. I don't want to hear about the complaints. RJ Barrett shot
Man,
6.
how you legit? Hey, so how you gonna bash RJ Barrett and
I
RJ
always
Barrett
bash
played?
RJ Barrett and I always bash Knox. I treat them the same. But when people come on here and say
Okay,
Knox don't love the
as long as
game,
it's equal.
well, when he came on here and say Knox don't love the game, I take offense to that. Because, matter of fact, you should take offense to that as a Knicks fan. You want these young boys sitting at home playing games? No, I want them in the gym.
To work out.
I believe in them to develop. They had ass coaching. Let them live. Let them get boys.
No.
The coaching thing is a little bit.
But
State
if Obi Top,
the
if
coaching
RJ
thing
has
saying is overblown. It's development. The development piece. The development piece. Because they're legit on. They get minutes. It's not like they don't get minutes. They get minutes. They're on tape making dumb basketball plays.
Because they had a dumb basketball coach who didn't teach shit.
Dame Lillard watches, and I'm not saying no one else does this. Dame Lillard watches every NBA basketball game that's going. He's a student of the effing game, right? I'm not saying these other guys, but Knox is they literally had a problem with Fizzo saying we have to get guys stopping video games.
I don't believe anything Fizdale says.
In the morning. Hold up. So when y'all talking about this development stuff, that's nice. In theory, it's great. The NBA is a dog-eat-dog world. It don't care about development. It don't care about your backstory. It cares about what have you done for me lately.
All right, Jimmy Butler averaged 2 points his rookie year.
Ben McLemore was a relative bust on the Kings, right? The NBA didn't give a damn. It was like, hey, you're a bust. A new class is coming in and screw you. He had to refine his game, and now he looks like he's decent on the Rockets, right? Look, I want my young kids to do well. I'm a Frank fan. I'm a Knox fan. I'm a freaking RJ fan. Everybody knows that, but RJ, I think will be fine. We cannot make excuses for some of these guys when it comes to with Knox, just even simple basketball plays. I understand Knox came from Kentucky, was used as a 2 guard. They put use him around with curls and screens, all that good stuff, right? He's not doing the NBA. Knox, you can develop a post game, you can develop better footwork to the basket, on defense, better anticipation, better court awareness to know where your guy is. Those things can come with this great coaching in the sky. When I look at like Knox, I'm not even asking for 20 points a game. To me, it's not even points with Knox. It's like his concentration is not there on the court. I'm not saying that he's hard or whatever.
We didn't see him in 9 months. Give him a chance. Just relax.
Yeah, that's the thing is they've had months to get better, and now we got to see under proper coaching. Because you know Tibbs is going to have them throwing up and shit in practice.
Hopefully.
He's going to be dragging them up in that.
And if you're not mentally ready for that, because look, this is the thing that Tibbs has done. I like what he's done. He said, look, I like you young guys. I'm going to say all the great stuff. He doesn't talk like that. But look, he's basically like, yo, I'm going to get these veterans. I'm going to get Alec Burks because Alec Burks, I'm not saying Alec Burks is great. Alec Burks is going to play, 20, 25 minutes a night, but he hits corner threes, and I want to shoot corner threes. So at the base level, this is your barometer, young kids. You got to get up to here so you get minutes because I'm a tactician. I'm going to run the offense that fits the players on the team, but to certain philosophies, right? I like the corner three. I like to get to the free throw line. You have to have a decent foul draw rate, right, to get to the line. You guys need to do that. Frank is not getting there with 17.7% of foul draw rate, which is well below league. That's terrible. You know what I mean? Knox is not getting. You talk about 125 threes and 34% shooting. That's for his whole career. Again, if you look at his last 2 years, get the number time. He's not good.
For his career, he made 160. That's more than Mikal Bridges. That's more than Miles Bridges. That's more than Michael Porter Jr. 3 dudes. You can get mad all you want. I understand you don't like it.
I'm not getting mad. I'm just saying.
What you not gonna do?
You're looking at a context.
While I'm on this top street.
Allen was good.
You're looking at a context. You literally take his whole career versus Mikal Bridges is finally coming into his own, and he looks like well, that's partially why they kind of move away from Uber.
Did he touch 13 points a game yet?
Huh?
Did he touch 13 points a game yet?
No. Hold on.
No.
I know.
Okay. All right.
That's a
I guess Knox is shorter, right? Knox is really showing that he's that guy, right? Like,
he ain't show shit.
No.
He ain't show nothing. He didn't show anything.
We're giving these guys a little bit too much excuses with like, yo, development coaches, and that is a factor. I'm saying that. But as an individual player, you cannot depend on coach. This is why I like RJ. You can say RJ ranks low here, blah, blah, but RJ is one thing that you have to have as a young player, hungry and aggressive. So you're making mistakes. You're not shooting the ball well here, blah, blah. We can hone it in and refine it. Well, a lot of these guys, Knox, the threes are I guess was okay, nice. But he shot poorly in his second season, right? His best time, I guess, was in the second half of his rookie season, right? Knox is not showing that he's a competent player unless you get an offense to him, right? That's just stuff like that. You have to be lucky to have a coach who's going to sit there and develop you as such. And you have the cachet and the leeway to be like, hey, I'm going to develop this team for the next 3-5 years. No one touch these young kids, man. I'm doing my thing with them. That doesn't happen in the NBA. You can't just sit and depend on development. It just doesn't happen, man. So what team said they got to end up in China? If you're on the if you're some of the worst players on the worst team in the NBA, that can easily happen. People are not going to look at you. Hey, let's get Knox because he had Fizdale and all these other guys. They may give you flyers in like for training camp or bring you in, but they might cut you. It happens all the time.
But my thing is, nobody's coming to save us. So the dude who wrote Frank is trash, you gonna have to start loving him because nobody don't want to come take Dolan's money. Newsflash for everybody. Oh, you don't give a damn if you don't like Knox. You don't give a damn if you don't like Frank. You don't give a damn if you don't like Deshaun Randall. Nobody else didn't want to come take our money but Randall. Our poor Randall. Because what every article I read, Gordon didn't want to take the money. Gordon wanted $130 million, kick rocks. Fred VanVleet, he didn't even want to come here. Nobody is coming to save the Knicks. So, Gamo, you can say whatever you want about Kevin Knox. You can say that he ain't going to do this, that, and the third.
Whoa.
That's not what he's saying. That's not what he's saying.
That's not what I said.
Yeah.
This is what I like.
Matter of fact, my emotions, bleeds out when you talk about Knox because we already had a million debates about it.
I'm not an emotional guy. That's the difference between you and me, man. I'm not an emotional guy. Try to look at things objective, bro. Everybody, you know what's funny? People will call me a Frank fan. Then when I criticize about the summer thing, people say I hate Frank. Then when I say, oh, he's not getting good coaching, I'm a Frank fan. No, I'm trying to look at all things within context and try to be objective as possible. I want the young kids to eat. I want to have a person that they say, yo, he got drafted by the Knicks. And this dude came up from he suffered his first few years and he came up. I want that story. But guys, This is the NBA. People talking about these guys are 98. The NBA doesn't give an F. You know how many players are playing overseas and they're only 23 because they couldn't make it in the NBA? The NBA doesn't care and say, hey, we're paying you millions of dollars. If you're a kid and you can't handle it, stay in college for a few more years, refine your game, probably earn less money by taking a different draft slot, but you'll be a better player if that's the case. But once you're in the NBA, you're a man. It doesn't matter, bro. You have to put up or shut up in a dog-eat-dog world. I respect that. Well, when it comes to forget the rest of the NBA, let everybody throw the rest of the NBA out. Okay.
The past 20 years for the Knicks, terrible trades. We didn't have no first.
NYC is in the building.
Garbage. We had mad garbage. So now we got to switch it up. I don't care if you don't like Frank. I don't care if you don't like DSJ. I don't care if you don't like Randall. I don't care if you don't like Obi. I don't care if you don't like RJ Knox. I don't care. These are the dudes that got to be the saviors. Nobody's coming to save us. Giannis is not coming in next offseason. If he is, may the Lord bless us. But I don't even want to talk about that. Don't want to talk about Kate Cunningham because we're not getting the first.
That was good.
So,
hey, State, I hear you. I hear what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
State, I understand what you're saying, man, and I'm with you on that. What I'm saying is this. What we saying is give the kids opportunity. What I'm telling you is that the kids have gotten a lot of opportunities, and I'm not saying throw them away. So hear me out on it. So hear me out on it. The thing is they need to step up their legit basketball IQ, because when you watch them on tape, they make dumb basketball plays, and I know that it takes more time on the court to learn these things, so you won't make the same mistakes 2 and 3 times in the game. But you legit have to go to the kids and say, hey man, you made a mistake right here and you costing us possessions by making these mistakes. And the example I use is DSJ on a pick and roll. DSJ legit, they run a play, DSJ turns a corner and Kevin Knox cuts baseline, right? So the basketball play, the good basketball play is get the ball to Kevin Knox cutting baseline, right? So instead of DSJ passing the ball to Randall, so Randall can pivot and then throw the pass to Knox cutting baseline, DSJ tries to throw it over the entire crowd because it's the play to be made, right? But the thing is you have to value that possession. You know what I'm saying? You can't throw it over Randall and his man and to Knox and his man and expect Knox to make a miracle catch and a miracle basket. What he should have did was make that short pass to Randall, allow Randall to reverse pivot and throw that ball to Knox, and then that way Knox gets a wide open layup, right? Because the defense sucks in on Randall when Randall catches it because he threatens the defense. So I'm talking about plays like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about legit basketball plays, or for instance, the thing with Mitchell Robinson, another young kid, right? Elfrid Payton throws the ball to Mitch at the top of the key, right? Mitchell Robinson makes no threatening move to the defense. He doesn't pump fake. He doesn't put the ball on the ground and dribble. He holds the ball with the expectation of the dribble handoff, right? Everybody knows it's a DHO. As soon as he does the dribble handoff, he sprints to the rim and catches a lob from Elfrid Payton, right? That's successful in that one attempt. But you can't do that 9 times a game. People know that that's a legit play, right? Mitchell Robinson, can you at least pump fake at the basket? Can you shoot the ball? Mitchell Robinson, can you shoot the basketball?
Please.
You know what I'm saying? Can you put the ball on the floor? You know what I'm saying? Do something to threaten the defense. Because now if everybody knows that that's a dribble handoff, when you run it 8 times a game, it's only going to work 1 or 2 times a game. And now you have wasted possessions. You know what I'm saying? Because even if Mitch pump fakes there and the man comes to him, then Kevin Knox in that same scenario that I just said can cut baseline, wide open and get wide open looks because the center, that's the rim protector, is actually up front guarding Mitch. You know what I'm saying? And now you got 6'9" Kevin Knox trying to beat the weak side defender to the rim. And the weak side defender never beats the other guy cutting from the rim. You know what I'm saying? So it's stuff like that, man. And the thing like with Frank Ntilikina, we say Frank Ntilikina 10 points a game. That's not going to make Frank a winner. We're not going to win games with Frank just converting on the shots that he's taking. Frank needs to do stuff like when the offense gets in trouble, go back and break down the defense, get the ball back and break down the defense and try to get a basket or something in those. When an offensive player is in trouble, Kevin Knox looks like he's about to dribble the ball off his foot. Go get the ball. Get the ball for Knox. Julius Randle is about to get into his spin move away from the defender. Go get the ball for Julius Randle.
But you know that will never happen again.
So you gotta get Frank Ntilikina. You gotta get Frank Ntilikina to be a floor general and not a spot up shooter. People think that Frank should be a spot up shooter on offense and then play elite level defense. If he's gonna be the point guard or in the point guard mix, he has to be a floor general. You can't just be another guy out there.
He's gonna be an off guard. They're gonna use him more as an off guard. They're gonna use him as a.
I think he's a small. I think Frank is a small forward, man. I don't see because even at the two, look at your two guards in the league. Look at all the two guards. Look at teams that have two guards in the league, right? Okay. You got your
none of them ain't winning championships.
I mean, only one team can win it, though. Only one team can win it.
And the one team that won, they didn't even have a de facto point guard. Their best player was a wing. This is what I mean by people want to just throw a ball-dominant point guard next to RJ. You don't need that.
No, but you do need a floor general, though.
But when you got multiple ball handlers, I seen the clip today of Obi Toppin's passing and dribble. I said, I want to put the ball in this kid's hands. If RJ is best on ball, if you want to maximize his skill set, I don't believe he needs a dominant ball handling point guard in order to be great. I want him in an equal opportunity offense. I don't want one guy just dominating the ball, dribble. Like whatever we seen last season, I don't ever want to see it again. So I'm just hoping that.
So you want us to scrap the offense? So scrap the high pick and roll and go to like a 3-2 or a 1-4 motion set or a flex set. Huh?
Yes, you got too many mouths to feed. You got to spread. You got to spread the love. If they don't spread the love, nobody's going to play with joy. Nobody played with joy last season. It was wild games. And then I could go to you, brother, because I know you want to say something real quick. I watched a lot of games, and I rewatched a lot of games. I'm going to give y'all an example. Y'all remember the Charlotte Hornets game? Was it that game where RJ scored 19 in the first half, and he did not see the ball in the third quarter? Was that against the Hornets? So it's evidence of them not getting the ball. I just want everybody to have equal share of the pot. Everybody eats. I need Randall to come with the understanding. Listen, I'm not going to get my 19-9 like last season, but when I'm on the court, I'm going to be productive. He had so many double teams coming in last season. He could have if he just passed out of the double team last season, the offense would have looked way better, right? If Alfred Payton didn't have the ball going north-south and let the ball go east-west, the offense would have looked better. It's just certain things that I seen last season that I just don't ever want to see again. And then last thing that you can go, brother, I just hope RJ and Obi had that same connection like RJ and Zion did at Duke. Go ahead.
Some of the double teams though, like some of the double teams, you legit have to call out the double teams. Like Randall is not going to be able to see all the double teams. And on offense, you have to communicate too. So if my man leaves me to go double team Randall, I have to call that out. I shouldn't just stand there.
He's older. I expect for him to do that. That's why I was so pissed with it. You're older than these kids. You're supposed to be. We paid you $19 million to be a leader. We paid you that money. You the best player.
But you,
I'm going.
but you
I
still,
don't care what anybody say.
but
You
you
got
still
the
not
highest player.
okay.
You get the most blame. That's how this works. So he gets the most blame because the ball was in his hand. I don't care about that usage rate nonsense. Because on the usage rate thing, it said that RJ usage rate was second on the team. Well, my eyeballs does not match up with that usage rate at all. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Go ahead, bro.
Well, you have to understand what you have
Wait,
to
hold on,
understand
Freezy.
what
Hold on,
usage
Freezy,
rate
because
is.
I think he wanted to.
Wait, let me tell you what usage rate is. Usage rate is field goal attempts plus assists plus free throw attempts. That's what usage rate is.
Oh, all right. Go ahead, bro. Because you was
No, but I agree with every point that you just say. You got the bag, all the blame goes on to you. But it's like it's so easy for us to sit back and pick and choose like who we want to blame or who should take the most blame when it's like the organization has been toxic for how many years? Toxic from the head down. When you have Frank being drafted 17, 18 years old, but he has how many head coaches before he's 21 years old? It's nothing's going to get done. Steve Mills have been a cancer in all of our lives since like we was in high school. He's always been for the organization the past 20 years. The Knicks have to have this offseason had a whole rebranding when it comes to Fizdale, when it comes from the coach, from the development staff, when it comes from the front office. So I just want us to be patient. I just don't want us to jump the gun, start trading Mitch, start trading RJ, start trading pieces away for Westbrook or some overpaid vet who's going to get hurt in 2 years. That's all I just have to say about that.
I'll say one thing real quick to that, and this might be hyperbole. People might kill me because I'm not saying this is a direct comparison, but again, the coaching and the KP came here, and for the little flash he had, he flashed like a legit good player, like a really good player. That was despite terrible coaching, right? Devin Booker, again, I'm not saying that Frank and Knox are that level, but those guys have Devin Booker has had, 30 billion coaches, and he's always been putting up numbers. Now, you can say, well, he's been drafted, blah, blah, but he's always put up numbers, right?
Earl Watson, bro. Earl Watson put him in position the way he is today.
Igor Val, whatever the hell that guy's name is, he had like 30 billion coaches throughout his whole career. What I'm trying to say is that I agree with you guys that the coaching and the Knicks franchise has been putridly bad. I'm never going to make any excuse for the bum that is James Dolan. He's a terrible owner, right? But again, this is the thing with these guys, man. There are parts of their games that can be Frank Ntilikina being more aggressive and getting to the cup just to draw fouls, or doing what Randall does, driving to a spot near on one of the boxes, right, and get into a deep post position where you can facilitate. These guys, again, I understand that you're young, but they're making millions of dollars. That's how the NBA sees them, man. I agree with you. I'm not saying you trade these guys by the beginning of the season, but these guys, again, Thibodeau has gotten guys that say, hey, you got to put up or shut up. Like you don't get a Austin Rivers for 3 years to say, yeah, he's going to ride the bench if Frank to play behind Frank. That's just not, unless Frank is killing it. That's just not going to happen, man. These guys have to see, and I know it might sound like hyperbole, they have to see their NBA mortality in front of them, because you've been on the worst team in the NBA, and you guys have been putting up terrible stats for the most part. I know, some people, but for the most part, you've been putting up terrible stats, right? You could easily be NBA. You could just be forgotten in the annals of history, because it's like annals of NBA history. Because it's like, dogs, you were ish. You didn't really improve. We don't care about your coach or whatever. Why should we bring you on? You know what I mean? Like, they're not going to give them the same leeway we give them. And
Guillermo, you a Jets fan?
So
wait, hold on. Let me do this comparison. The Jets right now, we both know they got talent. I'm a Giants fan. We both know they got talent. Mm-hmm. I bet you money that the Jets next season, once they fire Adam Gase and they get a good coach in there, they're going to win at least 10 games next season with the same roster and a little bit of a good addition, because coaching matters. These young players, it's going to look totally different in a couple of weeks. We're going to look like, what the hell is we watching?
So one thing, Adam Gase, and I hate Adam Gase.
He is so trash.
He's tanking purposely, by the way. So don't even look at this season like he's tanking purposely, right? He's a bad mediocre.
He ain't tanking. He's coaching. He's coaching.
No. He's just. I watched this game. Go watch the Patriots game. We're up 27-20.
I watched it.
And this dude had Flacco throw his first play of the drive was a throw into double coverage, where we could have just ran for the rest of the game, because I think the Patriots were like, they only had 2 wins, and they were like, you know what? We might be able to tank for Trevor Lawrence, so let's just keep doing it. So trust me, I watch bum ass Adam Gase. I salute Adam Gase. He's one of the greatest coaches of all time, man. Because we gotta get Trevor Lawrence. But back to basketball. I mean, the difference.
So stay. You're a Giants fan, right?
Yeah.
You're a Giants fan, right?
Yeah.
Hey, did you see?
No one's a Bears fan, Freezy. No one cares about your bum ass Bears, Freezy. Stop. Y'all ain't going nowhere.
I'm not even talking about the Bears. I ain't even talking about the Bears. I'm talking about the Harry Carson interview. Did you get a chance to see it, State?
Oh.
No. Oh,
Yeah. Hey, man. Check out the Harry Carson interview your man Uncle Freezy did with Harry Carson.
I got you.
Harry Carson, right? The Hall of Fame linebacker?
Yes, sir.
From the Giants?
I was playing yesterday. Yes, sir. I picked him up in Madden. Yes, sir.
Check it out, because we may be able to pull off another Hall of Fame linebacker from that '86 Giants team.
Oh,
we may be able
to watch that. Yo,
nobody, don't say his name. Don't say his name. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx
it. There's only one more, Freezy. What do you want? There's only one more freaking player, bro. Why are you doing this?
Don't jinx it, dog.
No. I ain't gonna say that. Don't say
it again.
You might be able to pull that off.
86. Stop, bro. Stop.
Stop.
Hey,
don't say
that. Hey, yeah, but you know, Legion of Doom. You know what the good part of that is? I may be able to get both Hall of Fame linebackers in the same interview.
Okay, stop.
Freezy, you got to.
I don't want to hear it. Stop.
So the reason why I say that is because people think that Lawrence Tears and the Knicks at Night podcast is just a platform for Uncle Freezy to put his pretty mug on national TV. It ain't. You know what I'm saying? I be wanting to bring some. I just want to bring some entertainment to Giants fans and Mets fans and baseball fans. I got a baseball player I'm bringing on. Probably after this holiday is up. You know what I'm saying? But and I say all that to say this: subscribe to the channel, grow the Knicks at Night podcast, grow Lawrence Tears, hit the like button, because we legit is trying to grow a family atmosphere here. Like just a family affair here. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, the thing is we get on here and we argue and man, we argue in the chat, we argue in the video chat. But the thing is we're creating this family atmosphere with people, with Knicks fans and fans of the teams from the tri-state area can come in and chop it up about what they feel. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't get that. You know what I'm saying? Not much. You get it from Legion of the Knicks podcast because he do a dope show. His joint is way doper than this, in my opinion. We still growing. We still growing. But y'all subscribe to his channel and get that man some likes because he put a lot of stuff in. But this right here, you know what I'm saying? We are growing so fast. I mean, it's crazy. Other Knicks content creators look at their YouTube analytics and it's like, who the hell is Knicks at Night podcast? Who is that? You know what I'm saying? That's us. That's these MFers right here. All of them, man. I love all of y'all. And some of y'all troll me all night long. I don't care. Because my skin is
I got a question for y'all.
He knows which one it is.
I got a question.
I mean, I don't care. I love it. Hey, come on, bring it on.
Well, for all of y'all, real quick. And this is a general question. Does it seem like all professional sports is soft now? Or is it just me? When I was watching remember the 2012 Seahawks, man, with the Legion of Doom and how hard catches they hit? I used to hear the hits in my TV screen. And now I'm watching football, you touch the quarterback, they throw a flag. I see James Harden dribble. You go to the paint, he barely get touched. Like, why do they this is why players like Marcus Smart, Frank, you know, what's the grandfather? Memphis Grizzlies. He would not be appreciated in today's NBA because people will look at Tony Allen. People would not appreciate him in today's NBA. You know why? Because they look at his 3-point percentage. Oh, he can't play. I'm really sick and tired of this emphasis on 3-point percentage. It is so overblown.
I'll answer you right now, bro.
Overrated.
I'll answer you right now. Well, there's two things. Well, you can talk about basketball. One thing is that in society, this is my theory. whenever you have whenever your generations get away from like war, like think about this. Most of the idols that we grew up loving, and then even the legends before that, they came from families, right? That like the pops went to war, and some of these players, freaking Roger Staubach, right? I mean, he was in the freaking armed services. You know what I mean? Whenever you have any generations that's far removed from war, and like there's like normalcy, and like things aren't as bad, obviously people become softer. But when you start getting to war where people are cherishing life, they you know what I mean? You have to toughen up because you know what I mean? Life is tough. You know what I mean? They don't have that anymore. That's why you don't see as many great heavyweight boxers anymore. You know, a lot of our sports, you know, it's all about participation trophies because you don't have it where it's like, yo, I'm here to, I gotta eat. You know what I mean? Back in the day, it was, I'm the best, better than you. Now you're not better than me.
These kids is not hungry, bro. They not. I'm sick of the Instagram pics. I'm sick of the fashion shoes.
The time has changed, dog. It's like the same way how you could say, like, you know, back in the 90s and the 80s, things were a lot tougher or whatever. There'd be football players in the 20s and 30s that didn't have helmets that would say the same thing about the football players that played in the 50s and 60s, saying y'all soft for wearing all that extra padding and stuff. So it's just as time changes and people get older and everything just evolves, it's just differently. With the whole thing with like 3-point, and NBA has changed to a fast-paced offense. It's like the Phoenix Suns back in the days in the late 2000s and stuff. It's fast-paced, it's fast-paced. So you can have a defensive team, but if you get outscored 20, 30 points, you have nobody to shoot a three, what you going to do? If you got 10 teams, 15 teams in the league that are averaging way more threes than you got to catch up and try to change with the times. But I agree with you on the whole social media thing. Like, just I don't.
I'm over it, bro. Yeah. I'm over it, bro. I don't want kids. This is why a lot of dudes be having beef with Kevin Knox, like, because you look like you come off as a guy like you just play goddamn video games all the time. Like you don't look like you take your craft seriously. And then when you see you on the court and you got your head down after you missed 3 straight shots, it's like, dog, we're rooting for you. Stop playing like butt cheeks. Like,
so Sick, I ask you this because you brought up another point before that that's connected. You said that these players that, you know, playing without the crowd there and stuff that, but to my point, I said I prefer mentally tough players, right? And that's why I like RJ so much, right? So how much do you attribute, like, because think about it, you told me all this stuff, right? But you come to what I said, right? It's not that you can't play video games. I don't want to know about you playing video games because image is everything, right? So is it that we just drafted wrong? We admit that we drafted wrong. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying with some of these players. When do we admit that maybe we drafted wrong?
I will admit that a year from now, when I see these kids under proper coaching, the first good coaching I've seen in about 6 years, when I see Thibodeau coaching these kids and I get a great evaluation, because it's never an issue about, you know, I say this to you, it's never been an issue with the kids playing together. Because when they play together, they look good. They look productive. Right. Last season when they played together, I could name a couple games. Matter of fact, the Philly game. The Knicks,
the Chicago game.
Yeah, we was up 16 in the Philly game. A lot of people don't remember that.
Yeah.
But Frank was on the court. DSJ was on the court. Knox was on the court. Mitch was on the court, right? The kids was balling. They was balling. The vets come in. Boom, we down 20 instantly. Then the kids come back in, and now they're fighting again to cut the lead. It's like it gets annoying, right? I don't like RJ, Knox, Mitch, Frank fits like a glove. I just need productive. I need something productive. Like I really need this Obi Toppin pick. Like this is why I do not want Randall starting. Like I need to see Obi Toppin out the gate. Like I don't want to wait. For COVID robbed us of 15 games last season, so we didn't even get a chance to start the kids. Now I don't ever want to do that again, like ever. Right. So we got 72 games, no preseason. It should be no reason. If you're gonna start Randall, don't start Alfred Payton. If you're gonna start Alfred Payton, don't start Randall. Split them up. I don't need to see the same thing I seen from last season because now it's like, you dudes lied to me because I took this development stuff for 2 years straight and I'm still seeing Randall and Alfred in the starting lineup. It don't work.
They're going to play.
Yo, look who snuck in the chat. Woodshed, what's good? Woodshed is in the building. Travis Trav, what's good? I see you.
Trade value. They're gonna play Randall.
What's good?
I'm not
What's up?
trading
Hey,
Randall for Russell
I
Westbrook.
see
That's
you.
not a question.
Hey, what's good?
If they can pull Russell Westbrook, I see that happening. But I think
I'm not trading for Russell. I'm not trading Randall for Russell Westbrook. Let me put that on wax right now. I'm not doing that. I wanted to a week ago, but now that I look at the roster, I'm good on Russell Westbrook. I'm ready to tank. I watched BJ Boston today, K Cutting, whatever he's doing. Stop trying to rush slow progress.
Yeah.
Stop trying to rush it. Because that's the NBA gods don't bless the Knicks when we rush. We did bad last season. We did bad. That's why they blessed us with the 8th pick. We didn't deserve a top
We could all admit these past 20 years, the Knicks never took 3 or 4 years in a row to try to develop. KP fell in our lap, and that's because Melo got injured and he had to get surgery. He fell in our lap. We never took time. We never took 3 to 4 years to take time to draft and develop players. We are always quick to boom. Look what happened with Trevor Ariza. We traded Trevor Ariza for Steve Francis. What happened? All those picks in the 2000s that we traded for Marbury and Eddie Curry turned out to be LaMarcus Aldridge, Joakim Noah.
Come on, man.
Ray John. I could keep going.
Jamal Murray.
Come on, Jamal Murray. Speaking of Jamal Murray, every time him and Donovan Mitchell was scoring, I kept thinking about Frank Ntilikina. Every time they scored a point, I thought about Frank because I said,
being petty.
This kid is horrible compared to these dudes. I need to see him play. They got to change the way we think about these kids. I need to play.
Guys put up 51 and 52.
57, bro. What am I?
In an epic playoff battle, and you said the Knicks could have had either one of these guys.
Boom. But let me throw this at you. That was never been done before. Michael Jordan has never even scored 50-plus points in the playoff series. So you know what that means, right? That no fans is a factor. I'm telling you, it's going to be good for our guards. I'm telling you. You're gonna be like, I don't even know who this Dennis Smith Jr. is.
Okay, say. Let me ask you that. Let me ask you this then.
Okay.
Can they sustain that into the next season when they make?
Yes, because next season, after these kids produce, you're going like this, bro. I already named, Emmanuel Quickly, Obi Toppin, Kevin Knox, Mitchell Robinson, RJ Barrett. That's the only 5 contracts you got for next season on the books. You got $64 million in cap space. You got all your first-round picks, and you got Dallas' first-round pick, right?
Yeah.
We're in a great spot. If one of those 2 kids, if 1 to 3 of those kids break out, we're going to be in such a great spot. I don't even care about Spider Mitchell Knicks for life. I don't care. I got RJ Barrett. I don't care. You want spilled milk? I don't. It's nasty. You need to clean the floor. Spilled milk, we don't need that no more. Focus on the kids because that's your savior. If you don't like DSJ, Frank, Knox, Randall, I hate Randall. Everybody know I hate Randall. But we got Kenny Payne now.
Oh wait, hold on. Where's everybody from yesterday that was loving Randall? Where's Art and
Oh man, yes sir.
But the thing is with Randall, man, is I say just look at it as for what it is. We killed Randall because he's the number 1 option on a team that probably needed a better number 1 option. You know what I'm saying? So, but what we don't do is kill the number 2 and 3 options. If the second and third options were better, Randall wouldn't have been the number 1.
RJ's a rookie. Randall knows better. He's 25 years old.
Thank you.
That sounds ridiculous. Sounds ridiculous because it's convenient on some sides and inconvenient on the other. It's convenient when RJ Barrett is scoring. It's convenient when RJ Barrett's in his bag. But when RJ Barrett was breaking, it's not convenient.
Come on,
Randall was holding
the ball, bro. Stop.
Double teams, and he did not do that with the Pelicans.
Come on, bro.
Stop it. I'm not saying Randall should have put up. I'm not even talking about Randall's point production. When he's in a post, I do. When he's in a deep post, he gets it, bodies this man put up. I love it when he does that. It's very effective. But when you're talking about the double team is coming, and you got RJ Barrett, you got Frank, or whoever is waiting for the ball. You're supposed to be the veteran who's supposed to impart wisdom and knowledge on these kids. Like, yo, you don't do that.
Come on.
You're supposed to set an example. I'm not talking about you get to put up a 20 and 10.
That's what I'm so damn mad at, Randall.
You get excuses to Randall. He's the most experienced player on our team, or younger players on our team. This guy's played with the Lakers. He played with the Pelicans.
Whoa.
Teams, you're saying, tell me that Randall cannot have better decision making for these players to be like, hey,
come on, dog.
We put a lot of onus on the coaches.
Come on, Freezy. You know better, Freezy. Come on. Randall played 1,000 more minutes than Knox, less blocks.
How many times?
What I'm telling you is what Guillermo's saying. And go ahead, Hector. My bad.
I was going to ask, how many times we watched last year, and Randall gets the ball on top of the key, and then he spins about 3 to 4 times and hits off of his foot, or it goes somewhere. He starts. You remember Beyblades when we were younger? He winds up looking like a Beyblade, my guy. Like, come on.
Come on, Freezy. Don't give Freezy.
But you're right about that. What I'm saying is,
I was telling Joe Matty yesterday, and I got so I'm like, those are we really literally we're watching these games yesterday? 19-9. I'm like, every 19-9 is not the same.
It's not the same. It don't hit the same.
Randall 19-9 comes with a bunch of turnovers and bad mistakes.
Melo mid-range jumpers. So he told me mid-range jumpers.
Okay, so here's the thing. What we need to do is, we need to clarify. Like what Guillermo said, when Randall is double teamed and he doesn't pass out to the open man, we know that's a bad basketball play, right? So I agree with Guillermo on that. I'm not disagreeing. And what Hector said, when Randall gets into his move and spins 2 or 3 times without an outlet, if he's double teamed, then we agree to that. None of us say that that's a great basketball play. What I'm saying is Randall still, as our number one option, probably should not have been the number one option. But what other player on the Knicks roster would have been the number one option? That's what y'all want to answer.
It shouldn't matter.
It's not just about who's the number one option. It's about who do you distribute the ball to? Who's the most effective within situational basketball? You can have a team, the team that's so young like the Knicks, and you don't have a super duper superstar. You can have a team where 4 guys are having a usage rate of about 20%. It's about getting the ball to the proper guy at the right time. So you can see, all right, we know that this guy can't shoot the 3 well in the corner when we pass it to him. We know that this guy, when he cuts to the basket, he doesn't do this well, or he does this well, blah, blah. So it gives you a better roadmap, right? But the thing with the Knicks, we have too many veterans who are mercenaries, who do not care about – they don't care about development later – or last year, they didn't care about development later down the road. And they didn't have a situation like Tibbs, where Tibbs is using guys to get a barometer of the young guys and build forward. We had Fizdale and Mike Miller, who was coaching for his job, and a bunch of guys who were like, I'm on a 1-year deal, maybe I don't care about part of my wisdom. And again, I wish Joe Madden was in here. Joe Madden was talking about how about Julius Randle didn't even greet or talk to Obi Toppin, and you have people like Alan John who are just like, yeah, like we can move on from Randle. Like, not saying he said that, but it's basically implying like, yeah, he's not. So, and when I was saying to Sim, me and Isaiah was saying this to Sim. Sim was saying, salute to Sim, salute to MBK, but Sim was making it seem like, y'all get on Randall too much. Like, guy, we're seeing this on the court. The synergy when Randall's out there with some of these guys, I'm not saying all the time,
it's not it.
Something is not good. I've watched Chris Webber get on the Kings, a team he did not want to come to. And he was a facilitator. He was on everything for that team, bro. And I'm not saying Randall is Chris Webber. Chris Webber's a Hall of Fame. I'm not saying Randall's that. But as a veteran, Jimmy Butler's best year wasn't last year with the Heat. Yeah, his best year with the freaking Bulls was averaging 23 points. He came there, he dipped his stats to make other people. But Jimmy Butler on that Heat team, Duncan Robinson's not eating like that. I'm sorry, I don't care what no one says. Duncan Robinson's not eating like that. Ty Herro's not eating like that, bro. Bam is probably not even being as effective, even though he probably would have still been decent if Butler wasn't there. Butler dipped his stats to make other guys around him better. Because like it's better for the whole team to be good versus Me just put up stats and we suck.
But I agree with you.
Oh, come on, Randall's a selfish. I'm sorry, Randall's a selfish player.
Right.
I'll buy it. Randall's selfish player, man. We build up his trade value and then push him out. Because if you want to have a young squad, you need to have guys who like playing with each other and guys who will be like, "Yo, I'm not going to be selfish." Hey, I've watched games where THJ, if anybody remembers this, where freaking Michael Beasley, I forgot what team we were playing. Michael Beasley was cooking. He was having one of those games that was like, dogs, I understand why he's taking number 2. Freaking even KP was feeding it to Beasley. And it was like near the end of the first half. And THJ literally took like 1 or 2 bad shots, like just to be like, yo, I'm here too. When Beasley was like literally, I think like at the top of the key, because I think THJ shot the last shot at the wing, and it was a bad and KP looked at him like, yo, pass to Beasley. Like, why would you? What are you doing? I don't want that on the team anymore, man. If you're gonna get veterans who are supposed to help the team build, if it's not, hey, you got to play better than this veteran, like what Thibodeau's doing. If you're gonna sign a guy like Randall has to come here. If he's here for several years, he's not a mercenary. He has to come in and make the team better.
He's gone. He's Obi Toppin. He gone.
But that's
a great point, man. Hey, so my man made a great point. Go ahead, Hector. My bad.
My fault. I was gonna say, just like what G said, is like from the signings that we did this offseason with the veterans, we're not overpaying veterans 10 million, 15 million, 18 million. So they, when they come in last year, Porter, he was making 15, 16 million. You think he was gonna want to sit back behind a rookie if he's making that much bread? No way. So you bringing in guys, having them take pay cuts, 5 million, 3 million. That right there solidifies that it's not that big of a hierarchy or a head case. Randall's
they still want to play though. They still want to play. It's going to be competition. That's what I like about it. It's a healthy competition, and the Randall sign again. I think that was just a mistake. And I'm not here to bash Randall or anything like that, but I just get mad at Randall because when you know better, you should do better. Like Randall, you can be an effective player, but why aren't you playing to that? Because why? RJ is a guy. Because remember, at the end of the season, all these articles, RJ Barrett doesn't like playing with Randall and stuff. And I think some of it's hyperbole, but I think there's some truth to it. When you watch how they play, like Stay said, RJ had the second highest usage rate, but I'm watching games where it's like, when are they going to get to RJ? what are we doing here?
RJ was clapping that I heard it through my
the Philly game. The Philly game away. And it's not that RJ is the best players like RJ. We had games. Go to that Rockets game, bro. That Rockets game, he ate.
Y'all remember the end of that game? What happened? Y'all remember that dumb shit Alfred Payton
that Randall did
and not pass it back to RJ? Like it's stuff like that annoys me. Like this is what
Payton is another one too, by the way.
I hate him.
It's the whole "I'm here too" mentality, like you pointed out with THJ. So I'm here too.
But see, not to talk about number 11 again.
I hate Payton.
But you gotta love number 11. He come to play defense. He don't complain. He don't say nothing. He just get his little milk lunchbox and he come to work. That's what I need. I need good teammates. RJ said, I love playing with Frank Ntilikina. So I hope Dolan heard that because we don't need a Porzingis part 2. Now do we?
Trevi Trapp said it best. Because Sim be trying to argue with me like, yo, RJ was doing that all throughout the season. I'm like, Sim, why you?
Sim, he kills you. Yeah, I love the OG.
Like, RJ Barrett was visibly upset, not because he wanted to sit there and shoot a whole bunch of shots, because RJ Barrett will give it up if he doesn't have the shot, right? But there are too many times where he was open and literally Payton and Randall are ignored. And mind you, Payton passed the most to Randall at 26% of his passes.
29%.
Or 24. The highest was RJ at 13%, right?
Yeah, and Payton
Frank, on the other hand, yes, Frank passed it to Randall the most, but the disparity to his next person, and maybe I don't know who his next person was like nowhere near 13% or double.
It's 29%. And then after Mook got traded, it was up to 40%.
Okay.
To Randall.
Yeah. So I had to
afterwards.
He passed him the ball 40% of the time. Go look it up.
That's also Frank's fault too, because Frank did not penetrate enough.
But you gotta understand Frank. But you gotta understand Frank mentality is going to defer because Randall's the older guy. But this is when I get pissed off with Randall because if you're going to make the good basketball play, right? If he's open, give it right back to him. But you saying don't give it back to him, we don't know if he would have never made that shot. We don't know. But Randall doesn't give us that opportunity. And this is why I was so mad with him all season because it's like you had all this talent. You played with the Lakers, you played with New Orleans, you played off the bench, and you started. Alfred Payton, you played for 5 different teams and led 5 different teams straight to the lottery. So you would
straight to the lottery.
think that you would take your craft more seriously and not shoot 20% from 3. His last 8 games, Alfred Payton shot 0% from 3. And Frank Ntilikina shot above 36% from 3. I'm really annoyed at the fact that he was labeled the best point guard on the roster when he wasn't the best point guard for RJ Barrett. So I don't care if he's the best point guard for the roster. I don't give a damn. I don't care. He's 26. He led 5 different teams to the lottery.
Straight to the lottery.
Assists is empty. He's an assist hunter. An assist hunter is a guy who will dribble the ball, wait for a guy to get completely open, and then pass him the ball. He's not a guy who passes you open like Frank Ntilikina and DSJ.
He's not going to give you the hockey assist. He's not going
to give you the hockey assist. And I think the Knicks, they was last in the NBA in pick and roll frequency. So that's why Dennis Smith Jr. and Frank Ntilikina looked horrible because they was coming across the court and doing dribble handoffs, and that's not their game. So I need to see production from Randall. If Randall gonna be here, which we all know he's not because Obi Toppin is in the building now, just play good basketball. That's it. That's all I need to do.
So here's the question. So here's the question for you.
He's gonna play.
So here's the question for you, because a lot of y'all, probably about 65% of y'all are saying that Randall must go, right? So who do we trade Randall to, and what are we looking for in exchange?
You getting that deal with the Hornets because they need $9 million in cap space, and you say to them, look, we'll take Nicholas Batum, but you gonna take Randall. I don't think I want to give up DSJ, but you can take DSJ with him. And we'll gladly take on Batum, but you got to give me a protected first-round pick because I know you want Gordon Hayward. So that's the only deal I see that I'll be like, okay, Randall, you could go. But I'm not giving up Randall for a box of cookies. He got talent. So I just want to see what he can do. He just need to come off the bench, though. I think that would be.
You can't trade Randall if you don't play him. He's not. You have to build the trade box. You have to stomach it for the first half, bro. You just have to, man.
So you mean to tell me? Hold on. So you mean to tell me? What if another COVID wave hit and NBA just stop again? You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to take that chance, bro. Like, we did that once, bro. Like,
hey, what's the chance? What chance you told me? I'm sorry. I don't understand.
Like, I don't want to waste these kids' time, man. Last season was a waste, bro. That was
who should be our starter. I want to hear your start. Who's starting this year? If you were to GM, who would be starting this year?
If I was, I gotta see who played practice, bro. I gotta see because if it was me, logically, this is funny.
That's
I'm gonna start Rivers at the 1. This is tough. I would start RJ at the 2, or I would start Alec Burks at the 2 and put RJ at the 3. But then again, I seen a stat where RJ shot, he had an effective field goal percentage, 44% against forwards compared to 50% against guards. So I want to keep him at the 2. So RJ at the 3, I'm going Kevin Knox or Alec Burks. But I'm hoping Knox beat him out and Reggie Bullock out. So at the 4, I'm starting Randall because I'm starting. I got 4 shooters. I got 3 shooters. I know. I got 3 shooters. I'm hoping RJ improves his jump shot. And yeah, at the 5, I'm throwing Mitch.
Okay.
That's the problem throwing Mitch. I know. I don't want to see Reggie Bullock starting next to RJ no more. So that's out of the cards for me. Like I'm
Oh,
not.
you didn't like Bullock and RJ together?
No, I hate it. We seen that. We had a big sample size of that nonsense. That is nonsense. We seen that from Mike Miller. This guy, yo, he started Mo Harkless. Where's Mo Harkless right now, fellas?
Miami Jim.
So you wasted my white boy's time for another good journeyman vet. This, like, come on, dog. Come on. I'm not paying cable bills, streaming. I'm not wasting my money to watch Reggie Bullock in the start. That is stupid. That is stupid. It is like. Explain to me why Reggie Bullock should be in the starting lineup. Somebody explain to me logically why he should be starting over Kevin Knox next season.
He shouldn't.
He shouldn't.
It shouldn't. The lineup needs to be DSJ, RJ, Frank, Obi, Mitch. Boom. Ready to go.
That's a
Fit
perfect
with
lineup for the
RJ.
Falcons.
He don't fit.
Not gonna happen.
It's a square. It's like a circle peg going in a square hole. Like I don't like. What we seen DSJ. Matter of fact, I'm gonna throw this at you and I'm gonna let you go. Dennis Smith Jr. and Kevin Knox is the worst pairing in the NBA. Plus minus. Dennis Smith Jr. is not a playmaker for others. He looks for his own shot. So I don't know how he's going to eat in a lineup with Obi and RJ or any. He got to change his game. I don't know how he's going to eat. I don't know. He's not a facilitator.
Yeah, that's true.
G-League.
So if he does start,
Well, he's not gonna G-League this year.
if he does start, which I'm praying and hoping, I hope he starts. I'm not ishing on this kid. I'm not trying to ish on this kid. He has talent. But the mental factor, you have no fans next season in an open gym. You better be balling.
Yeah.
You better be.
And I think they will. They have to, because said Frank and DSJ are on their last year of their contract. Nobody else is giving them a contract, so they're going to China.
No.
They're going to be in China.
No.
Frank might stay in the league because his defense, but DSJ be going to China.
DSJ, you are so disrespectful.
Yeah,
He needs to improve.
G-League.
What y'all not gonna do is disrespect Dennis Smith Jr. by saying
No, that's why I want him to get better. He needs to prove himself, or he's gonna. It's fact, he's gonna be gone.
Thank you.
Yeah, but he's gonna still be in the league. He's not gonna be in the
Who's giving him? On a minimum contract at the bottom of the bench somewhere.
Can't shoot, can't defend, and can't facilitate.
And his athleticism's gone because of his legs are gone. So what?
And his back, he has a bad back now. He has to do the Trade Burke Reformation Project. Go to NBA team, another NBA team, probably playing their G League for a struggling team. Let them bring him up. Have a few games where he's looking like Baby Iverson or whatever, and then go to a proper team where he's getting 20, 25 minutes.
Why he can't do that here? This is what he has.
He's shot mentally, bro.
Yo, bro, it's no fans next season. All of these guys got the same excuse. We had ass coaching. Everybody has the same excuse.
Yeah.
So you have to be willing to give the kids the same amount of room. If we're gonna judge Randall that way, let's judge RJ that way.
Randall gotta get the fuck out of here. This is just plain and simple.
Yo, bro.
Yo, listen to this. Shout out to God, Moses, Elijah, and Chuck D. Them boys were talking yesterday. One of them mentioned, I would trade Mitch to keep Randall. Are you fucking kidding me?
Are
you mentally retarded? I'm like,
I try to stand up.
Yo, brother, he would not dare say that while one of us is on. Not that garbage.
Yo, where's God knows Eliza? Come on and talk, boy. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Bro,
defending Randall, and 2 weeks ago he wanted to trade Randall for Westbrook. And then now yesterday he's defending him.
No. I was one of those people who was willing to trade.
Yeah, I would still want to.
But I don't want to do that no more. I don't want to do it no more because.
Wait, hold up. Say. Hold your Freezy. If you bring in God of Moses Elijah, does it freeze up? Does it mess up a little bit?
Yeah.
Right, bring it. I'll be in the chat. But I want to hear God, so I'm gonna be out. But I'll be in the chat.
There, let God in here. You're going to get eaten alive.
Man,
Hey, we'll see, Joe. You know, Raphael is scrappy now. He ain't just gonna let you.
Yeah,
just
he defending Rondo.
I'm leaving. I'm being a chat. Bring in Raphael.
Yeah, bring in a Randall truther.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Randall is.
Hey, so
what are we doing with Rondo? What are we doing with Rondo? Because we cannot go into the season with him starting. You cannot.
Hey, I'm gonna be real with you. This is what we should do. Hey, Joe.
You know, if Randall is starting next year, I'm turning off the TV and I'll watch the Knicks next year. I swear to God. I'm not running that shit back.
Joe, he's starting next year.
I'm not watching the Knicks next year.
I say this. I firmly believe, and I'm gonna go back and listen to this part, and I'm gonna record this part for my podcast. Shout out to anybody listening. I'm the host of the State of the New York Knicks podcast. To all Knick Nation. I got a couple new podcasts, but oh man, yo,
how you gonna come on here and you ain't even acknowledge my family? You ain't even acknowledge my chat, and you gonna talk about shout out to your podcast?
Oh yeah, Uncle Free, yo, Uncle Free chat, man. Thumbs up, man.
Shout out my chat.
Uncle Freezy.
Shout out my chat.
Thumbs up.
And like some of the co-hosts on the screen. Yo, man of theirs.
I want to say to the chat, anyone with Rondo, thumbs down. Get out of here. Rondo's got to go.
Hey, I'm going to be real with you. What they should do with Randall next year, though, is
my man State.
Cut him. You can waive him. Waive him and eat his $18 million. That's what I would do.
So to my man State. My man State do dope podcast, man. I think he had Jonathan Macri on from Knicks Film School. Make sure y'all go check his content because State do put dope content out there, and we be trying to bring the fire creators on the show. And sometimes when we bring everybody on, we get joints just like this. Hey, State is legit, my little brother, man. I love this dude with all my heart. And even though we don't always agree, that's my man, 50 grand. So y'all go support his stuff.
Yo, it's just
definitely
this Randall thing.
I'm gonna be real.
Do you know what Rondo looks like to me? He looks like a dog chasing his tail when he's running around
his IQ is terrible. He's low IQ. He don't make no player better. Let's just be honest right now. But what we should do with Randall, to be totally honest though, we should have Randall mentor the young boy for just to the All-Star game.
No, you know what? You don't want Rondo mentoring him. Because you're going to see Obi's going to be spinning.
We have to be realistic. He get paid all that money.
I'm sorry. I don't want Randall teaching Obi
nothing.
Just about
nothing. Randall didn't even give him a shout out on draft night.
And the whole team shouted out on Twitter, and Randall got his Oh boy!
That was disrespectful.
The leader of the Randall fan club.
Y'all looking for me? Let's go. Talk to me.
Hey Ralph, let's just keep it real. We gonna call you out because I wish Chuck D was in here tonight because y'all was.
Let's go.
Hey, last night, I was saying last night, this Knicks at night is Frank haters and Randall lovers. That was crazy last night.
Hold on. Let Teddy go first.
Yeah, Teddy speaking. Go.
Oh, hold on.
I'm saying last night was straight Knicks at night hate Frank, but love Randall. Make it make sense. That was the topic last night for me. Like y'all was, Randall this, Randall that. He ain't as bad as this. 19-9. They kept throwing that 19-9. I'm like, man, look. Does he make anybody better?
Teddy, I apologize.
They couldn't answer the question. Does he make anybody on the floor better?
Wait, Teddy, I apologize. I had the double thing. I couldn't hear so much, so I thought you guys were talking over each other. And in fact, when I logged in, I kept hearing double the noise. So I want to make sure I listen to everything you gotta say. Please.
Okay, let's switch it around. Tell us why you like Randall.
I want to hear everything you guys were waiting for me. You guys are calling me to come here. I want
me to go first.
I'll say it again. I'll repeat myself.
I go to the next guy then.
No, I'll repeat myself. Last night, y'all was really hating on Frank, saying Frank's the worst. Get him out of here. He's a
I
bum.
never said those words though, bro. I don't say get him.
So
I
you
don't say that
was
to
trying, okay, I will give you that. But
I don't say that.
you was throwing out the 19-9 a lot about Randall.
Mm-hmm.
Like Randall is not a bad player. He's actually pretty good. He's going to improve. You know, he's going to improve next season. And I was saying,
Yeah. Okay.
They wanted to build around Randall. Randall was the foundation.
Around him.
Hold on, one at a time.
Yeah, I want to listen to Joe. I want to listen to everything you
No,
got.
I'll get to you right now. I'm talking, Ralph. I'm talking straight to you.
Go ahead.
Who does Randall make better on the team?
You got a good argument. I didn't know a power forward is supposed to come to the team and make everybody better. I usually hear that about guards, like a point guard. He makes CP3 makes point guards better, and this, that, and the third. I hear from power forwards, you want them to be a scorer, and this, that, and the third. I want to hear.
Hold on. So there's not a position called the point center. It's not a point forward. It's not guys at other positions that handle the ball.
Let my man finish. Let my man finish. Y'all have been talking like 30 minutes, and y'all called him on here, and then he's here. And then y'all cut him off. Let my man finish.
No. I don't want. I didn't come here to talk. I came here to listen. My job. They called me here to listen. So I'm here to listen right now. So I just want you to talk. I want to hear everything. I don't want to ignore not one thing you gotta say. Teddy, Joe. The new guy, I think Hector is his name, and Freezy, whoever you guys gotta say, I want to hear everything. So that way,
okay. So I'll say this then, Raphael. Just y'all give me just a few seconds to get my point out. I think Raphael, how are you gonna tell me you want to hear what I got to say, and then as soon as I start talking, you cut me off?
Go ahead.
So let me give me a few seconds. The thing about Randall with me is that I think we are quick to devalue the production that he gave us last year, right? That's one point. Secondly, and maybe most important, I know that Julius Randle is not the best fit for the Knicks. I know that. But at the current time, he is a New York Knick. You know what I'm saying? So I want to at least, see him improve if he's going to be here, right? My thing is, I'm not a fan of Julius Randle. I would like to see Randle out the door, but I don't want to give him away for nothing. Our franchise has been starved of talent for too long for us to give away talent for nothing, right? And the other point is, I'd like to see Obi Toppin start, but before he starts, I'd like to at least see that he has a decent basketball IQ. Because the last few seasons we played rookies high minutes, and their basketball IQ is not at the level where it should be, and it leads to a lot of bad possessions and discombobulation on offense, and then it leads to say a Julius Randle spin move in the paint. That's what I'm getting at. That's my point on Randle.
Okay.
Like I don't love Randle, but I don't want to devalue him just for the of devaluing him and then can't get anything. Trade. They'd be like, well, why didn't Charlotte want to do Randle deal? Well, everybody in Knicks Nation is devaluing Randle, but you want Charlotte to pay the utmost. I mean, to me, it just don't make sense.
Okay, Kurt. Thank you, Freezy. Teddy, did you speak already? You're good. Or you want to?
I was gonna say, I feel like nobody. Your point was messed up when you said only point guards or people in the backcourt make other teammates. I think your point went down the drain from there because you said I didn't know he was supposed to do that. He's a power forward, but who's the best player on the team? Allegedly.
Carry on. No, carry on.
I'm asking you now. Who's the best player on the team?
I mean, the two dogs on the team was RJ and Julius. That's the only two guys that were reliable in that roster. So I don't know. I don't want whoever you if you say either one, it's fair for me.
So can I explain my beef?
Okay, cool. You done? So you cool, Teddy. Okay, next. What's it? State? That's your name?
Yeah, State, man. Call me State.
Go ahead. Go carry on with Randall.
He line them up.
I want to make sure that I ain't cheat nobody off their time.
I didn't listen to the 19-9 stat over 1,000 times. I think I heard that stat.
Not real.
That is one of the worst 19-9s I've ever watched. It was so empty. He hogged the ball. He did not hustle back on defense. It was times when he spent in the three people. RJ was in the corner. He did not pass the ball. And the reason why I'm so pissed with him, because you're 25 years old, you should know how to pass out of a double team. You should know what you signed up for. You're the best player on the team.
You stretch.
He's the best player. Right?
Stretching. But
he's the best player, supposedly. Right?
I said arguably between him and RJ. That's debatable between him and RJ. I didn't say he was technically the best. Between him and RJ. I got to respect RJ's talent now.
I think, for me personally, I think Mitch is the best player on the team, but that's an argument for another day.
I'm talking offense. And offense. Well, listen, I don't want to get it. I want you to stick to your point. I don't want to distract.
So basically, he hogged the ball. Didn't play no defense. Got punked on defense. Didn't put nobody else in positions to play winning basketball. I did not like the fact that he looked like he pouted when other people took certain shots. I didn't like none of that. Then on top of that, you shot 231 threes and was 27% from three. So you're a part of the reason why the offense was so bad. If you make $19 million and I'm a 9-to-5 worker, you get paid the most, you get the most blame. I'm not putting no blame on my 19-year-old rookie for a 25-year-old.
No, we're not blaming RJ. Don't blame RJ. We're not blaming RJ. But we're gonna look at the roster.
Here's the thing.
We're gonna look at the starting five. We're gonna look at the starting five. We're not gonna. We're gonna get to Frank, and we're gonna get to Knox, and we're gonna get to everybody.
Wait, because y'all talking over each other. Raphael, you asked for his point, and State was outlining his point. Just let him finish.
Like I said before, and I want to clarify this. Every time I say this, Randall gets the same excuse that all of the guys get because they all received ass coaching. He is not used to getting double teamed. He's not used to getting triple teamed. This is why he looks so bad. So I tell all of y'all guys, you gotta let them. You gotta stop killing these kids, man. I know
you called for me, so you called for me.
I know you killed Knox, but Randall played 1,000 more minutes than Knox, has twice as less blocks than Knox. So stuff like that
about blocks for Knox.
Annoying to me.
You think people are mad at Knox for blocks? You think that's
No. I'm mad at Knox because Knox didn't produce on the offensive side of the ball last season. He did get better than other areas.
I'm not gonna get into Knox. I just want to make sure that you guys called me about Randall. That's cool. All right, cool. I don't know how much.
No, I'm done with Randall. Go ahead. I want to see. Go ahead.
I think it's all right. Let me listen to the other guy. What's going on with Randall? That he's the worst, and then this, that, and that. Talk to me.
Yo, I just want to put it out there. I never called you out. That's the first thing. I never called you out. So
good word. Like I never called you out. Like what? Like Freezy just started some nonsense.
My thing with Randall,
I can't. Yo, his volume is low.
My volume is low?
This guy. Yeah, your volume is low. I can't hear you.
You can hear me now?
Maybe. Okay, cool. Carry on.
What I was saying was that, one, I never called you out. So that was one. Two, with Randall is when you say that the power forward is not supposed to be the best player on the team, the best player on your team is the person that gets you the most points. If Randall was supposed to be paid the highest money to be the best player on the team, he's supposed to make players around him better. He's supposed to make his teammates better. But he's not. I personally believe we've overpaid for Randall. For one,
I think you're wrong.
He got $15 million the year before, and we overpaid him $18 million a year.
Disagree.
Okay, cool. No other team offered him a contract that was as high as we did, but
no, he's a good. Him and RJ are good. They're both good.
No. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that
money's not the problem.
What I'm saying is that we overpaid for him when no other team offered him a contract like we did. That's one. Just like we overpaid for Hardaway Jr.
That's what we.
Just like we overpaid for certain players. Just like we overpaid for Bobby Portis. It's the same thing. So we overpay for players, and then when they overproduce or they try to do too much,
Randall's getting his money regardless. It doesn't have to be with the Knicks. He's getting his money regardless.
Where's he getting that money?
Everywhere. So just for clarity, for clarity, first, a man Hector didn't call you out. Teddy called you out, right? And then just now you asked Hector to say his point, but you won't let him get to it. So what we want to do is once Hector get to his point, man, just you know what I'm saying, when you feel like you're ready to get in that bag, just go ahead and get in your bag about your point. But
That's
I
hard.
can't. But we can't, as listeners, we can't hear what heck the point is if we keep talking all over each other.
You're right.
You
Sorry
know
about
what I'm saying?
that.
Yeah, it's not. We've been
I don't
doing
want
it
to
all.
cut him off. I want to listen to all of it. I want to listen to all his points. I don't want to cut him off.
Yeah, right. Like just now, what I'm saying is like, what we need to do is make sure we recognize that we have listeners out here, and when three people speak over each other, you know what I'm saying, it sounds like garbage coming through their speaker.
Yeah,
And then what it forced me to do is start bumping people out of the video chat for better quality. So, and I don't want to do that because I respect the fact that y'all bring good content to the table. Just be patient, man. Just and this for everybody. Just take a deep breath while the next person talking, man, and respect the fact that they got an opinion. Because it's mad disrespectful to the person talking and the opinion that y'all just cut them off like the opinion don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Just be mindful that everybody is gonna get all the time that they want. It's just we have to do it one at a time.
Much respect. And the only other thing I was gonna say is that Randall is still playing like Randall's still trying to play like he was in college. Like he forgot that he got injured his first year in the league. He has not changed his game since he's come into the league. Every time he gets the ball, he tries to do too much. He tries to be that top pick in the lottery that he was. He needs to move on. He needs to develop his game as the years go on. And I personally don't believe that he did that. I personally would like to trade him for Mike Conley and flip him for that contract, but I don't think the Knicks will do that with our guards that we just signed. But that's all I have to say. Much respect.
No, anything else? I want to. If I cut you off on anything, I want to make sure I missed it.
No.
Go ahead, Rob.
Cool. All right, Joe, you want to say something, Joe? Go ahead.
Yeah, what Rondo was, yes, I agreed he was overpaid. What I heard was the next contract that was offered to him was by Utah, and that was $10 million. We overpaid him by $8 million bucks at $18 million. Number two, we gave him a 3-year deal. Okay, number three is Randall. Yeah, Randall has never changed his game. Randall's come in here and made nobody better. Randall is not here for the goodness of the Knicks. He wasn't drafted by the Knicks. He's not. Randall's here to get paid and to move on and get his next contract. Randall is one of the most selfish players I've seen in the NBA. Randall's all me. He doesn't. There's the reports that he doesn't communicate with the players. RJ Barrett does not like him. There's been Alan Hahn, who never disrespects any players, kind of more or less said, yeah, we need to get him out of here. Problem with Randall is you start him and Mitch together, you're going to there's going to be a clog in the paint. You start him and Obi together, there's going to be no defense. And if you put Randall on the bench, he's going to cry like a little girl and he's going to be complaining the way he's coming off the bench. Randall is a cancer to this team. And to me, if we cannot trade him, I would waive him and eat the $18 million.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you hate Randall.
Oh, good.
I don't. It's fine. Anything else you got to say, Joe? With that? Anything else?
No, that's all. I agree. He's a selfish player.
First of all, $18 million for power forward. You're trying to make it sound. And don't cut me off, Joe, because I already feel it.
Yeah,
I want to talk. I want to talk now. So I already had your time. I think I was fair. $18 million is normal for a power forward. Very normal. Very normal. It's not exaggeration. It's not an exaggeration that Danilo Gallinari got $20 million this offseason.
He can shoot though.
No, but he had a great point guard in Chris Paul who can shoot too and knows how to be a great lead point guard.
Let's keep it on the Knicks.
And also Davis Bertans got paid $15 million. Yeah, right. No, he could spread the floor. But he also had Bradley Beal, a great guard who can space the floor and can really play and knows what he's doing. Now, so that's what my point about what we're doing. Now, I will respect your opinion about his offense, and there are flaws, and that is why first of all, if I'm any player in this league, I only care about myself, and then I'll try to help you out. If you try to help me out, it's a relationship. It's a relationship, and that's why nobody wants to come here because you. And I don't even know how to bring that argument. But anyway, I felt like the Knicks did the right by him with bringing in Kenny Payne to work on his flaws. And all this.
I agree with that.
I'm not going to hide his mistakes, but I'm not going to fault him to try to better for him trying to like we are getting all kinds of free agents. Like teams don't want to come to a rebuilding team because this was what happened to a rebuilding team or a team that lacks talent. A team that lacks talent goes through these kind of headaches that everybody wants to pinpoint every little fault in your game. They see all your problems and they want to kill you for all your problems. This is why I don't want Lonzo Ball to come to New York, because I know if Lonzo Ball comes to New York, they're gonna destroy his career. They're gonna go after his career and they're gonna try to make us. No, you say that now. You say that now. Hey, Lonzo Ball is a great player when he's outside, but when he comes here and he starts missing his free throws on key games or on certain moments, they will. Okay, look, you could disagree. Look. All I want to say is you guys could disagree. All I want to put is that I'm saying I believe all y'all that want to make it sound like this other players from outside is looking good and wants to come here, they're gonna. No. I believe everybody's gonna struggle because until the talent picks up, then we have a conversation. But we don't have talent like you were saying all day today. State. I disagree with your take about Frank. I disagree with your take about Kevin Knox. I disagree. I mean, look, DSJ, I think may have more talent, but I disagree with all your opinion. The only talent the Knicks had last season is Mitchell Robinson on the defensive side. I'll give him respect for that, but even this season, hold on, let me finish. I don't care if you disagree. This is my take. I would have traded. I've said it before. I would have said it again. I would have traded Mitchell Robinson if I can obtain James Wiseman because he can shoot the ball, and I need a scorer at center, just like the concept of the Toronto Raptors having a Serge Ibaka in the middle who can play defense and can also space the floor. If I can have somebody like that, I need that much more than somebody who can play defense. Is not going to get and it's a problem on the offense. Now, the only threat on the floor for the Knicks on the off. Okay, so then you want to ignore me, but then you want to call me out, then you want to ignore me. That's fine. But the only threat on the offense is Julius Randle and RJ. And Julius Randle came with flaws. If he didn't have any flaws, he would be getting paid $30 million like Tobias Harris. If he didn't have and yes, Gordon Hayward does deserve his money. Yes, Tobias Harris earns his money. Yes, Chris Middleton earns his money because they work for it and they're efficient at what they do.
This is a better question for you, Ralph. No, I want to change the subject a little bit.
If Tobias Harris would have been here by himself, it would have been a problem too because it would have been just him. No. You need more talent to give somebody a chance. Julius Randle right now this season, I give you that. You want to talk about this season? Is looking like if there's at least 2 or 3 options on the who are two or three people who are threat on the floor, I could work with it. Like for example, even for like when it was RJ, Zion Williamson, and Trey Jones and Duke, even those 3 guys. You have to respect it. You don't have to respect much in the Knicks starting 5. You don't have to respect much. So I'm not going to make it sound. So I don't want to. So yes, the criticism you guys are saying about in the office about Julius Randle, yeah, it's valid. But let's not act like just because you're a team player that makes you good. Because I could just go to Harlem and could pick it up. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Anyway. Being a team player is not enough. You got to prove yourself, and I feel, especially while little people. So you want to talk about me and Frank Ntilikina? That's the biggest problem with Frank Ntilikina on the offense. He's not proving himself. He's not being a threat. If he was being more of a threat on offense, that takes pressure away from everybody else. That's my problem. That's the problem I have with Frank. That's the problem I have with Kevin Knox. If they was to prove themselves on the offense and get buckets, then I could say, oh shoot, these guys are getting buckets. They're putting in work. But it's just RJ and Julius Randle. That's it. There's nothing else to look at after that.
All right. So so God of Moses and Elijah, I just muted everybody, not out of disrespect. I just wanted to give you the opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to hear your take. And so I'm ready to unmute. I'm ready to let the dogs out now. So just be prepared. All right. So I'm letting the dogs out, man. Just because I know because you made about 11 takes in there and I could only follow 2 of them just because when you say these things, man, it puts us in a situation where we have to think about what you said before we speak. You know what I'm saying? So instead of trying to talk about all of them. I'll just I think we should probably just, in my opinion, I just want to talk about just 2 of them. The two takes I want to talk about is the power forward position, $18 million, is not really that much money for the power forward. So what I would say to that is the guys that you compare them to, I feel like are better than Julius Randle, and they make some of them make this money.
Which guys? Can you say which guys?
But I could see where you're going with it because the situations are different. Like the guys that you mentioned, they probably better, and they make less money, but they also are not the main guys for their team like Julius Randle is. And when I say that, I don't believe Julius Randle should be the number one guy. But my point is, what other choice do we have at this point? You know what I'm saying? Like people misconstrue what I say about Randle. What I say about Randle is the kid is talented, right? And he makes decent money. 18 mil is not a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if he could be my number 3 option, that means I have a 1 and 2 option that's better than him right now. And last year, RJ Barrett was not a better option than him as a rookie. And Mook Morris was a gunslinger.
Was a better option.
Yeah, he was a better option, but he was looking to get his profile up so he can get his bag.
So was Randle.
Randle is already here. Raising
so was Luke. They only wanted the bag. That's all Randle's here for. Randle's a selfish player. He's a stat hunter. He's a stat hunter.
That's wrong, man. Julius Randle already got his bag.
Yeah, and now but he only has one. He has only one more year left of it, so he's going to try and get more.
Nah, man,
he didn't get a 5-year contract. He got a 2-year. He got a 2-year with a 3. He needs to get.
Marcus Morris was on a 1-year deal. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Marcus Morris.
He got a contract for 4 years, $64 million.
And I'm talking about but I'm talking about Randle. I'm talking about Randle. Randle's looking for his next bag. Randle's not here for the Knicks. Are you kidding me? Did you not see what he played? He's the most selfish player I've ever seen.
Did you see his contract?
Yeah, 18 million. He got way overpaid.
It don't matter.
The only reason he come to the Knicks because no one was offering that deal.
You cut me off to say Julius Randle was looking for his bag. Julius Randle already got the bag. My point was
he only got 3. He only got 2 years.
See,
you got 2 years. The bag is a 5-year.
You cut me off to say that Julius Randle was looking for his bag after he signed a 3-year deal. That don't make sense. What I'm telling you is Marcus Morris was trying to shine so that he'll have a better appeal on the open market, and he did. That's a fact. I don't even know why we arguing that. Morris
I know, but so was Randle.
Randle got his bag last year. What are you talking about?
Technically, your bag is 4 years or more. He got a 2-year with a team option.
But he got it.
That's not a bag. That's not a bag. A bag is guaranteed money for 4 years and onwards. That's the bag.
You just said my man got overpaid. You said Utah.
He got overpaid for 2 years, and he's trying to get more. He's trying to move on. He's not here for the Knicks. He's here to get another contract. He don't give a shit about the Knicks. Only reason he come to the Knicks because the Knicks were dumb enough to give him $18 million.
So when's he gonna get a new contract?
That's the only reason he come to the Knicks because the Knicks were stupid enough to give him $18 million.
When's he gonna get a new contract?
He ain't getting a new contract off the Knicks. I'll tell you that. The Knicks are trying to get raw. The Knicks are trying to. What the Knicks are going to do is put him on the court, give him the ball, and trade his ass. That's what the Knicks are looking to do.
But you are legit saying that both of these dudes are trying to get bags.
Yes, Marcus Morris got his bag off the Clippers.
Yo, bro.
I got a question for you.
Hold on. We got to jump in, bro.
Yeah.
I can't let you continue with that take. I'm sorry.
Who? Me or him?
Hold on. Real quick. Randle did not steal money. We're not going to do that. He's a talent.
I'm not saying he stole money. I'm just saying he got overpaid.
What I'm going to say to you is this. Hold on, real quick. Freezy, he is overpaid because every big in the offseason that can't shoot got under $12 million. So he's overpaid right now. The Knicks is the only team that will give Bobby Portis $15 million. Obviously, because how much he's making now. So yes, he is overpaid. But that take about Randle coming here and he's just all about his money, I disagree with that. We're not gonna put fabrication. I don't want to put fabrication on Freezy's live. That's what we're not gonna do. What we will say is Randle was placed in the wrong positions to flourish. And that is on Scott Perry to put an infrastructure in to get these guys better. Did you know that when David Fizdale was hired, he wasn't hired with no developmental staff as a first-time head coach for the New York Knicks?
Mm-hmm.
So that's an indictment. That's an indictment on Scott Perry. That's an indictment on Scott Perry. Then on top of the fact, you draft the project that was drafted, Frank Ntilikina, the guy that drafted him was fired the next day. So it's only Steve Mills in his corner, right? Then on top of that, like Scott Perry has to do a better job. He got to do a better job. You draft Kevin Knox, a project who Calipari told you is going to take 3 years. Don't expect production out the gate. It's going to take. This is something he said.
I remember that.
When guys kill Kevin Knox, I look at them with the side eye because you kill Kevin Knox, but you pick up Mitchell Robinson, who hasn't shot a jump shot in 2 years. He does not consistently shoot jump shots. So I hate when dudes pick up one of the other kids to shit on the other one. Mitchell Robinson is the same guy.
Listen to me. What I said was a statement of fact. At the time, Julius Randle had signed a contract. I don't. Listen. I didn't say whether he got overpaid or not. I didn't care. The point was one dude had a long-term deal, and the other dude didn't. Those are the facts that I brought to the table. Marcus Morris was on a 1-year, $15 million deal, right? And the other dude was on a longer-term deal. That was my point.
Yes, 2 years.
I don't care about who was overpaid or not. I don't count. I don't go into.
But you gotta care. Hold on. Oh, my fault, bro. I know you want to care. Just real quick. You have to care when you still have Joakim Noah dead cat on your salary cap, and then you have to care. Hold on, Freezy, this is the truth. When you look at all the contracts given out, and then you could go, brother, Randall's overpaid. Randall shot 27% from 3 on 231 attempts. The people that got paid this offseason was bigs who can shoot and power forwards who can shoot. So let's speak facts. Randall did not steal money, bro, but he was just in the wrong position, and I feel like he deserved. I felt like we deserve a better product from Randall than what we received last season.
Can I say something real fast?
All right, hold on 1 second. I'll let you go in a minute.
Real quick, Joe. Real quick. It's going to be real quick. There's a reason why the Knicks went after Gordon Hayward, and they were going for him strong. I believe the reason they were going for him strong was, look, I'm not saying that Julius Randle should be starting over Obi Toppin. I never said that, and I won't say that, okay? But all I'm saying is, in the starting five, if you have a RJ and you have a Julius Randle, right, situation, right, you want to have a Gordon Hayward with either guy who has the ball, because they're both very, they're very dominant, and they both command attention. They both command a double team, right? Or they can create a double team. But if not, you can at least kick it out to Gordon Hayward and say, Gordon Hayward, here you go, knock down that shot. That's what I'm saying. Like that's all I'm saying. Like if they would have had that sort of player right there, I think I've said it here. Freezy knows I wanted the Knicks to go after Gordon Hayward because they needed that guy right there to knock down those shots because there is a huge opportunity to make points. But at the end of the day, all those other guys, they weren't knocking them down. And if you're not knocking them down, we're in trouble. It's what I'm
reading something real quick. I'm reading something in the live. Let me dispel that notion right now. Yo, brother, Mitchell Robinson is not for sale. James Wiseman can't defend in space. James Wiseman shot under 50% effective field goal percentage in high school, going against dudes who is 6'3". James Wiseman is a bad shot taker. James Wiseman, matter of fact, I've never seen a big who blocked over 300 shots, I believe. I think he got more than 300 blocks, who shot 70% plus from the field off the bench for the past 2 years. I've never seen that in my life. and then he did not shoot a
doing
jump
it under
shot?
28 minutes a game. And doing it under 28 minutes a game. Not even coming once close playing more than 32 minutes a game.
Once. So that garbage you spilled with this James Wiseman propaganda,
I like him.
not having it. I just wanted to put that out
And
there.
to jump on the point what Joe was saying
That
about
was before Obi dropped. That was before Obi dropped to the Knicks. Go ahead.
Hold on. Okay, let me. I guess I gotta jump in and mute people in order for Hector to talk, man. I don't mean for it to be like that, man. But my man be trying to get in. We can't even. Go ahead.
No, my fault. I was gonna jump on what Joe was saying. It's not just about him trying to get the bag with the Knicks. He came to the Knicks to try to build up his stature in the league. He came to the Knicks as a last place team, as a team that doesn't have a power forward, and if you go back to his first interview with MSG, the first thing he talked about was making the All-Star team with the Knicks. That's the first thing and the only thing he talked about and the only thing he really cared about. Because when he came to the Knicks, you see today, Obi Toppin was like giving out food and stuff like that, to fans and out to the community. When the Knicks set that up for Julius Randle at a Foot Locker, he was late by an hour and a half. That's somebody that doesn't care about the team. That's somebody that doesn't care about the fans. So when he came here with the idea, I'm gonna go to a bad team, I'm gonna go to a horrible team and try to be an all-star. So when the next time I hit for the free agent market, I can get a bigger contract. It's not just about I'm gonna get $20 million this year. It's building up his stature in the league as well. And we did overpay for him. If Utah only wanted to give him 10, 12 million, we did overpay. And with Gordon Hayward, Charlotte is not paying Gordon Hayward $30 million a year to be what Gordon Hayward was on the Utah Jazz. They're paying him to be the veteran and to be the leader on a young team. That's why they overpaid him, because Indiana was not going to give him $120, $30 million. The reason why he's not on Indiana is because Boston was trying to fleece them for assets. That's the only reason that didn't work out with the sign and trade deal with Indiana. So he took the bigger bag. He went to Charlotte. Charlotte overpaid them, which go ahead, get your money. Oh, Freezy, I think you gotta unmute them.
Joe is muted.
No, I agree with you saying though.
Yeah, Joe.
I mean, this whole Randall talk is.
Tia, what you want to speak?
It's hard to defend Randall when we seen him make countless mistakes, countless selfish, moves, just countless. The whole situation I want to talk to you about was what could Randall do to make this team better? I want to switch gears because I feel like there's a lot of stuff he does wrong. I want you to defend him and say, what can he do to improve?
What can he do to improve? I think it starts with Kenny Payne, man, and with Tibbs. He's going to have to take all those criticism. If he wants to be that player he think he is, or he wants to be, if he ever thinks about even sniffing the number one, or if he wants to be even closer than a number two option ever in his career, he's going to have to listen to Kenny Payne and listen to those criticism about his offense that you guys are saying. I'm not going to defend those criticism too, but I'm also with the criticisms you guys are giving, I'm also going to pay attention that listen, there is a lot of missed opportunities where RJ Barrett could have had more assists and more points had there would have been a third scoring option as well. Gordon, there's a reason why I feel the Knicks were going after Gordon Hayward. They need somebody where RJ. You could disagree with me about Julius Randle all you want. Had they would have had somebody they can kick the ball out to and knock down that shot, there would have been in the offense would, in my eyes, would have looked better. I agree about your takes about that the offense, you don't want to see the offense, that kind of offense ever again. I agree. When we signed Wayne Ellington, I'm like, okay, we signed Wayne Ellington. I said, well, cool. We signed Reggie Bullock. Cool. I agree. And in all your points about Reggie Bullock and this, that, and that. But when they got the ball, they could have knocked down those shots. So that's my whole thing. Like, listen, man, I felt like RJ Barrett, the only thing RJ could do is either take it up himself or create a foul or kick it up to Julius, because nobody else is going to score. And the same thing goes with Julius Randle. The best person he can pass the ball to is RJ Barrett, or take it up himself.
So see, I don't like this notion that RJ can't be the number one option.
I didn't say that.
But on his the other Freezy was saying it he can't be number one option on his rookie year. Look at what Ja Morant done as the number one option. They gave him the ball. If we gave RJ the ball, he might have put up the regular numbers. Instead of him standing in the corner, Rondo with the ball, like, oh, will I pass it to RJ? No, I'm not going to pass the ball to RJ. I'm going to go to the hole because I want to get my stats up. Why do I want to get my stats up? Because I want to get a bigger bag. That's how it is.
Joe, you just compared a point guard to a power forward.
Yeah, no,
You just
a
compared
power
point guard
forward.
to a
Since
power
when is
forward.
RJ's a power forward now?
No. You talk about Randall.
I talked about RJ. I talked about RJ as the number one option.
Right,
if
right.
RJ was given the ball, him and how come John Moran could do it in the first year? RJ could have done it if he
Because
given the
John
ball
Morant is a
instead of
point
giving
guard.
this blop up front the ball
John Morant
and having
is a point
RJ
guard.
stand in the corner. RJ stand in the corner and Ronda's like, you know what? I'm not going to pass it to RJ. I'm going to go to the hole so I can get my stats up. So I can get a bigger bag. That's exactly what Randall's thinking. Randall doesn't care about the Knicks. Randall doesn't give a shit about the Knicks. He does nothing with the Knicks fans.
You're obsessed with Randall. You hate for
No,
Randall.
I can't stand him. What I want to do, if we can't trade him, I waive him and eat the $18 million.
Yo, I've never met somebody.
That'll be and your ass will be fired the next day too.
No,
your ass to be gone.
That's why I think what they need to do is
$27 million just because you don't like.
No, send him instead of doing that. Send him to the Hornets. Take on Nicholas Batum and a pick. Send him to Charlotte. Charlotte wanted him at the deadline last year. Send him. Michael Jordan will use him.
So this Gordon Hayward talk is nauseating to me. So let me.
Yeah, I didn't want him.
His contract is disgusting. I don't want nothing to do with $20 million. So let's start there. His contract is disgusting. Who else got paid? I hate Jeremy Grant contract. Love the kid. Hate his contract. George Hill, hate his contract. Not paying him $10 million a year. There is no contract that I would have gave out this off season. We better be happy that Alfred Payton, Alec Burke, there's no out. We better be jumping for joy because
we were shopping in the dollar store.
Bro, this Gordon Hayward.
What? Why are they entertaining? I just want to ask you, why are they entertaining it? It was a big deal for the Knicks to go after him.
Why? Because I felt like it was a sign and trade. It wasn't going to be a straight up, we just go get Gordon Hayward. That would have been a sign and trade. So we would have traded for him and we'd have gave up whoever we would have gave up. Listen, I hate Julius Randle. I don't know if I hate him more than Joe. Joe just despised this guy. But
Right.
The guy's an asshole as a human being, not just as a basketball player.
But hold on real quick. Randall is not a bad basketball player. He's not a bad basketball player. So let's not fabricate, let's not cap about Randall right now. Even though his 19-9 is disgusting. Once again, everybody had ass coaching. How is we supposed to get better with a dumb coach? David Fizdale was a dumb coach, right? Mike Mill, doo-doo. I hate Mike Miller. I forever despise Mike Miller. This man had Reggie Bullock starting the day after All-Star break. I dropped my juice on the floor when I see that start. Because, yo, think about it as a Knicks fan. When you sitting next season, we waited 9 months, bro. You think I want to wait 9 months for Randall and Payton to be in my starting lineup again, bro? I did not wait 9 months for that, bro.
Hey, State, let me ask you this. State, let me ask you this. Because I agree with State, because State is me and we agree. We've been agreeing on Twitter. This whole line of thinking, right? Except we probably disagree in certain areas. Like, I don't hate Randall. I feel like he is valuable to another team, and we need to get adequate value for him. But what State said was Reggie Bullock was starting. Hey, State, who was Reggie Bullock's backup? This is gonna make
I don't care who his backup is.
No. Let me tell you. So his backup, Reggie Bullock's backup was Wayne Ellington.
I want to finish.
So you mean to tell me?
I want to talk. When you finish.
So you mean to tell me that we wasted a year And this goes into my Frank Ntilikina point. I had to watch Jared Jack, Moutier, Trey Burke out in still minutes. Let's go to Pelicans. I had to watch Reggie Bullock, Mo Harkless, Bobby Effin Portis, Julius Randle. Let's go to RJ Barrett, please. Oh, he's good. You know why RJ Barrett is good? Politics. Why did Taj Gibson start all last season? I couldn't watch Mitchell Robinson start. I don't give a damn if Mitchell Robinson was comfortable off the bench. I don't need to see Taj Gibson start. Did he get signed on the NBA team yet? No. Where is Alonzo Trier at? I don't know. Where is Dotson at? He's on Cleveland. So
Ellington got what, like $1 million out of Detroit.
Go ahead, Rob.
My whole thing is, it's in the news outlet. I'm not making this up. Why is it that the Knicks are making it very clear, hey, we really wanted this guy. The Knicks were going after this guy. We really wanted Gordon Hayward. It's a reason. They want the floor spacing. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. The three areas. Go ahead. No, I'm going to give it right back. So I'm ready.
No, go ahead, bro.
I'm ready 3 seconds away. They're looking for a floor. I agree. Look, Wayne Ellington didn't work out. Reggie Bullock he had a neck issue the first half of the season. Alfred Payton was gone first half of the season, and then but again, and Wayne Ellington didn't work out, and Reggie Bullock didn't work out. It was a short season, so we couldn't even see Reggie Bullock if he wanted to take off, if he wasn't even that good. But long story short, with the bull, look, you're gonna disagree. RJ's a bulldog, Julius Randle's a bulldog. I believe a shooter. Now, granted, I do agree with your opinions, though. I'm not gonna say that the young bucks they need to get minutes. I'm not ever gonna say Knox doesn't need 20 minutes. I'm never gonna say Frank Ntilikina doesn't deserve 20 minutes. I'm never gonna say and RJ, if he was playing 30 minutes, he was playing the whole game. David Fizdale was giving him 30 minutes, 35 minutes. So more props to him. But my point I'm trying to make is, at the end of the day, I'm with you about the offense. Should look that horrible. But at the end of the day, even Julius Randle 3-point percentage dropped because he don't have somebody that can shoot the. You don't have to be a Drew Holiday. You could just be a Gordon Hayward or somebody that can knock down the shots. If somebody can knock down a shot, the offense would have looked better. So I'm just saying he doesn't deserve all the blame on the offense. Does he deserve his blame for the turnovers and the spin moves? Yes. Now I don't know about the Alfred Payton and look. Joe makes a point. You guys are all making a point about not passing the ball back to RJ and this, that, and the third, and they're still trying to Alfred Payton. So I don't know how if they're still signed that Alfred Payton, that means it wasn't that big of a deal as we all are making it to be in my eyes. But maybe I'm wrong. Because if
nobody else wanted to come.
If he was that bad of a guy, Leon Rose would have said, I can't even bring you back if I wanted to. But he's still bringing him back. So it probably is. I don't know what to tell you, though. That I don't know how to answer that, but it doesn't look like it's a serious situation like you guys want it to be. Or I don't know.
Yeah, we're tanking for Cade.
No. Wait, first off, let me stop you right there.
Nah. I'm joking. We're not tanking. Thibodeau don't tank.
I understand that. But this roster we have is not winning 40 games next season, a 72-game season. I'm going to make this real clear to all of you, to everybody that's in the live feed. I don't want to hear about Cade Cunningham all year.
Yeah.
We did this 3 straight years. We did this with Zion. We did this with LaMelo. I'm done. I'm done with the draft. I'm done. I don't care who we pick next season. As long as we get a top 10 pick, I don't care. So I don't want to care. I don't care about Cade Cunningham. Let's focus on these guys that we got right now. Because these young boys they got to be the saviors. Nobody's going to come
State. So what's your take? So what's your take on the new young core? How do you like Emmanuel Quickly, Jacob Evans, Amari Spellman, Obi Toppin, and the young guys that we brought in?
So Jacob Evans, I believe he's off the team. I believe he signed a contract with another team. But I do want to see.
Did we waive him?
Yeah, I think we waived him. I do want to see Amari Spellman play because gives me a good feel of a power forward. Even though he had weight issues, that was his problem in the NBA so far. So I feel like if Kenny Payne and Mike and Woody get a hold of him, I feel like he'll do better. Emmanuel
Me too.
Quickly, love the pick. I'm hoping he could play sooner rather than later. I'm hoping. Quickly look like he's going to challenge DSJ, Frank, Rivers, challenge all these dudes for minutes. So I'm very ecstatic about the Quickly pick. But I'm mostly excited for the Obi Toppin pick. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I hated the pick 3 months ago, y'all. I've even got on Freezy Live. I said I do not want Obi Toppin. I said I hated the pick. He's
Why?
22 years old. He's too damn old. I don't want to deal with it. But after a while, I look at the roster. I look at where the NBA is going, and I'm like, we could use Obi Toppin. We just drafted 2 projects.
Yeah, you're not a kid. He's a man.
He's not a kid. He's a man. He's a grown ass man. So since he's a grown man, I feel like first season he need minimum. I need 15 and 6 minimum. I don't care about the percentages. I just need. I'm looking at straight box scores. I want 15 and 6 from you again, and I want you to at least give a crap about defense. Now, Obi Toppin's defense. I was listening to a podcast earlier, and Jonathan Macri had the Dayton guy on, and he said that in college, Obi Toppin was not asked to play defense because that wasn't his role. Keyword, I said role. So we'll probably see a different Obi Toppin. If you guys watch, I know y'all watch college basketball.
Absolutely.
Ben Simmons was a horrible defender in college, bro. If you watch Ben Simmons in college at LSU, he was horrible.
Oh, man.
So I'm excited. Randall, I was just disgusted with him last season, but I'm not going to sit here and Joe, I know you, Joe, I never thought I would meet a guy who hates Randall more than me. Because I hate Randall. But you, my God. So I'm just hoping that all these kids produce, man. I'm tired of losing, bro. I'm tired of recording my pod. And I'm recording after a loss. And I got to look at the little things. And it's just so, like, I'm never going to lead the Knicks as a Knicks fan. Like, I'm a Knicks loyalist. But at the end of the day, I want production on the court. Either that or I want to see a direction. Question for the chat. 2017 was easier to watch than last season? Why was it easier to watch?
Hey man, hold on. We need to stay on. I need to stay on this topic because I got other questions I wanted to ask.
Oh, go ahead.
About the young core. So the thing with Jacob Evans is he's still on his rookie deal and he's got 2 years left with the Knicks.
They waived him.
They waived. Okay.
Yeah.
So I just checked Sports Track and it showed that he was still on the books for $2.6 million.
You sure? Because
I just checked Sports Track. So I mean. So if they waived him, it may not be official. So either way, he ain't gonna be here. So yeah. So the reason why I asked you that question is because in previous conversations, you and I spoke about building this team from the bottom up organically with a young core and investing in the young players and watching them develop, as opposed to wishing on a star and hoping for the number one pick, and we never get it. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I asked you, how you feel like what do you think is a long-term plan with the cats that Leon Rose is bringing in?
Yo, I think next season, number one, the minimum wins. They gotta win at least 28 games next season. And if you, the elephant in the room, let's quit the small talk. Giannis' contract is $36 million. He's the only superstar I see on the market within the next 3 years that could instantly change a franchise. So that's what I'm looking at. If I'm the Knicks, you have and I trust Tibbs. The long-term plan must be with RJ Barrett and Mitch. You gotta put all your focus and resources in these kids to get better. I don't even care if Giannis don't come. I want a good product on the floor that when I'm 40 years old, 10 years from now, and we got at least 1 or 2 rings, hopefully we do, I can say, 2020 was worth it. That garbage season was worth it. And that's where everything starts. It gotta start from somewhere.
Right.
This fake notion that Tibbs don't play young guys. People, go look at his 2012-2013 roster when Derrick Rose got hurt. Go look at his Timberwolves roster. Go look at the rosters he had. He plays young guys, but he plays young guys that play hard, even if they're not talented. So I'm excited for next season, man. I don't give a damn who's on this team. I don't care if I'm at the point. I hate Peyton. I hate Randall. I don't give a shit who starts. I just want to win basketball, bro.
Right. Hey, so Hector, let me ask you this. In a vacuum, what the Knicks have done over the last 6 to 7 years is be one of the worst teams in the NBA. At the same time, not filling their roster with quality lottery picks that put production on the floor right away. Do you believe that bringing in these guys and letting them develop over the long term is what's best for the franchise in the long term?
Absolutely, because you said it, 6 years of horrible basketball, but it hasn't been 6 years of actually trying to rebuild. It's been 6 years of trying to just put bandages on a mountain that's leaking water. That's not going to happen. You got to let things build organically. And with the Obi Toppin pick, I was excited for it because none of us, the day of the draft or 10 minutes going before the draft, none of us thought that Obi was going to be at 8. We all thought that we had to trade up for Obi or try to pull something off in order to get him. So for the fact that he was at 8, I'm excited for the pick. The comparisons between him with Amari and Blake Griffin, one thing I'm going to say is that he doesn't have the wear and tear at 22 years old like they did at the same age. You know what I mean? He started dunking his freshman year of college. Amari and Blake was dunking in high school. So the wear and tear on his knees is not the same as those other two players. And at the same time, he comes into the league with the capability of knocking down the three-point shot. Blake and Amari never developed that. So for the fact that he has tools like Blake and Amari, and he has other things that they never had, and the wear and tear is not the same, I'm excited for the pick.
Okay. All right. Hey, I want to ask Joe this, because Joe. So we do have veterans that make a lot of money on our roster, right? And when you bring in cats that let me finish the question, man. So when you bring in your veterans, on a certain level of money, their expectation is when they come to a bad team, they want to play. Do you try to sit your veterans and play the kids first, or do you devise a plan where you play the veterans and then bring the kids along behind, hoping that they'll learn as they go?
No, I start the kids. The veterans aren't on big last year they paid these. They were paying the veterans around 15, 16, up
But Joe,
big
your
money.
young guys are on rookie deals, though. Is what I'm saying. Your young guys are all on rookie deals.
Yeah, that's why you play them.
The rest of that money is tied up in veterans.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you paid last year. You paid veterans big money, so they had more expectations. Now you paid guys $5 million, so there's no expectation. They were told they're going to come in and do a role, and they're going to come off the bench, and the young guys are going to play. That's how you have to do it. You're gonna have Julius Randle's going to be gone. You're going to have Knox and DSJ are going to have minutes. You're going to have RJ. You're going to have Mitch. You're going to have Obi. These young guys are going to have minutes. And my belief is, especially with DSJ and Frank, if they don't start producing, one of them, maybe both of them, will be traded by the deadline. But they have to go with the young guys. You can't go with the vets again. We tried doing that last year, and we seen what happened. Nothing. 21 wins. We're going nowhere this year. Vegas put out a thing that we were winning 22 and a half games. To me, that's being very, very generous.
Right.
Oh,
right.
man.
All right. So Teddy, I want to ask.
It's a 72 game season.
Right.
So
yeah, exactly. 22 and a half.
And what they say the schedule is, we're going to have to play the the Atlantic Division more times. We're going to have to play them more times.
Right.
You have Brooklyn, Philly, Boston Celtics, Toronto.
Yep.
We're getting killed.
Right.
We win. we're guaranteed a top 4 pick next year because we're going to be in that section.
Hey, so Teddy, so here's the other
play
thing
the
I
young
wanted to ask.
guys.
So we have a glaring need on the roster, right? And the front office didn't address that glaring need. So how do we go about addressing that glaring need on our roster going forward as the roster is constructed right now?
So I keep hearing that we need our point guard, but I think the coaching staff has more faith in our point guards than we think. I think that it was. I think Sid came in thinking that these kids didn't have proper coaching. By all his hires, he's still hiring people to help develop these kids. He just hired Aaron Brooks. Like it's this was his dream job, and I think Frank needs to get the keys. I'm going to put that out there right now. I think Frank needs to get the keys. A lot of people going to disagree. I think Frank needs the keys and actually get more than 25 minutes a game. And I just mean it for defensive purposes. I think he works very well with Mitch on the defensive end. And if that's Tibbs' philosophy, I think he needs to have Frank, RJ, and Mitch together. And then now that we got Obi, we need to have Obi in and Knox. You know what? I'm gonna pray that he gets it together, because if we could get them 5 together with DSJ coming off the bench with the explosiveness, I mean, it's a whole lot we can do with that. It's a whole lot. But Randall, he needs to work on his jump shot. If Randall gets a consistent jump shot, I wouldn't even be hating on him so bad if he could pass the ball and have a consistent jump shot. But it's not. I mean, he's been in the league for so long. He kind of stuck in his ways. I ain't gonna say he. I mean, how many years he been in the league now? Like,
Yes.
I mean, he would at least have some type of transition to how the league is moving now. But
right. Hey, Raphael, I'm coming, but I gotta ask you a question though, Raphael.
Freezy, to answer your question, you think we need a point guard, and I think that we needed better development with how all these years we kept switching coaches. Now we learn a new system. This year should be focused on the young guys and focus on this new system that Tibbs wants to present to this team. That's it. That's what we should focus on. Okay. The vets are here I think the vets should be here to mentor. Yeah, we're going to put them in. They're professional. The pros. We get it. But these young kids ain't really young no more. These 4th year guys, man. You know what I mean? Right. Frank heading to his 4th year. DSJ, 4th year. Knox, 3rd year. Mitch, 3rd year. We got to start realizing, okay, these guys gel together. They got the chemistry. Let's start moving forward now. These guys been working together. I mean, it's time. It's time. Yeah. And this year ain't gonna be no good anyways. Yeah. Play these young guys.
All right. So I got a question for Raphael. Hold on. I got a question for Raphael. So Raphael, what has happened over the past, say, 10 to 15 to 20 years is every front office gets fired, right? Because the plan that they had in place didn't work, or they scrapped it, and for their plan B that didn't work. Mm-hmm. How soon are we gonna be in this mindset that we may have to clean house with this front office? And I know it's early, but it's been early for a lot of front offices. Do you think this front office here is the correct front office? And tell us why this front office is going to take this team out of the lottery and into playoff contention.
You want to talk about? I want to answer the question about playoff contention. I mean, I don't know how to answer the whole question about the front office, but I just want to put emphasis that you first need talent. Like we did good with Obi. Congratulations to the front office for that. That was huge. That was a much needed draft. So congrats to them. So I mean, that's the best. We have to draft good, and that's that. I mean, a lot of it has to do with drafting good and having more picks in the round. So I do agree. It's cool to have 2 draft picks like we did this year, and that can help the front office make a progress, right? I think that's what it is. I mean, that we need to progress in the draft while also having a coaching staff that we have now. Like me personally, I just want to put this out there. I agree with everybody. If Randall is here, we have to see growth from him. I don't want the same Randall 2 from last year either. And I I especially want him to grow as well as the other team. But I do agree. Listen, he is getting 18 mil. I do want to see growth if he's still here. I can't knock you guys on that. So I just want to put that out there. And also, I just wanted to say something to Teddy. If that's okay.
What's up?
Teddy, about Frank. How do I say that? I think Frank could be a decent role player. My whole thing is, at the end of the day, you win with talent in this league. If you didn't win, if you didn't, I agree with a lot of so far. Um, Julius Randle is he was a headache last year, but at the end of the day, it's understandable that he has talent. I don't think people won't say he doesn't have talent.
Oh
And
no, I
people have
don't,
issues.
I don't disagree.
Okay, cool. But I just want to say that the fit is a problem, and his game overall has a lot of problems. And I'm not going to take that away from everybody's the criticism from everybody. You can't take that away. Like, he has issues with his game, and not it won't just be with the Knicks. It can be with a lot of other teams too. But he does have a ceiling. He can still get better and better and better with Kenny Payne, with the right coaching, and he does deserve a lot of blame for thinking the wrong way. He does deserve it. I'm not going to take that away. But that's what we're looking for. We're looking for players who can produce, who can prove themselves in this league. So it's not necessarily, I can't take that away from, but we need to continue to draft well to freeze this point. That's what I want to say. I want to let you guys talk.
I thought you was asking him a question.
It's why I wanted to say that. I don't want to talk too much. I want to keep it quick.
I think the front office is doing a fabulous job.
Perfect.
I can't be more. Look what they done with a backup bum in Ed Davis. They got 2 picks for him and then flipped him for another pick. And then all these picks that the gathering is for 2023. That's the draft when high school kids are coming out. So what they're going to do is either make trades. They have assets for trades, or if not, draft these kids. They draft these high schoolers and put them in the G League. Use the G League like a minor league system.
Joe, what you're saying is what you're getting at is you would prefer for this front office to continue to play the long game and not just maybe shift gears and try to bring in a star to try to get you to the playoffs right away.
Yeah. Get me to the playoffs, not within the next two years, and then we'll see what it goes. Take it time by time. Look, Knicks fans have to be patient. And they should be used to being patient. They haven't seen it. They haven't seen consistency in 20 years. So look, all we have is time, and just build this thing brick by brick. And develop.
So I got a question. I want to ask State a question, but I want to get Hector's opinion on this. So Hector, what about the fact that the front office didn't address young point guard this offseason? Does that give you pause in a sense that maybe they didn't see their point guard of the future, or did they just botch this one up?
No, just like you said, they didn't see their point guard of the future, or they didn't see a fit that they like for the team. And just because we have money doesn't mean we should spend it. Just because we have assets doesn't mean that we should overtrade for a player just because we're lacking of a star. We've done that, and it hasn't worked out. So just like what Joe was saying, we need to be patient. And it's been 20 years since anything being consistent on this team. So to go back to what I was saying, they didn't see a fit that fitted on their team. So what we did, I personally liked it because I didn't want to jump the gun and overtrade or trade away a player that's going to help a team down the line and win their team a championship in the next 2 or 3 years.
Right. And well, how about this? So what is the fit at point guard for us?
Right now, with the roster that we have, we know that we're not going to go to the playoffs. So with what we have to roll out, see what we got. Hopefully they can build up their trade value so we can flip them at the trade deadline. If not, cut bait, let them go, and we work on next year.
Yo, you know what kills me? This is tough, yo. Because it's not a hard.
Let me ask you my question first, because I know you're gonna hate my question and gonna try to chop my head off. But it's all because the thing of what it is sometimes I think the people in the chat see me and Joe and State argue about something, it ain't like I just love Joe or just love State. I love these cats. I just like the fact that we can get to talk open, you know what I'm saying, and nobody getting their feelings hurt. You know what I'm saying? So here go the question for State. So State, this is what I think is gonna happen, and I want to get your opinion on it. So I feel like the front office thinks the roster is too young for a young point guard to develop with them. I think that what they want is a point guard that's going to be old enough, young enough to be with this core long term, but old enough to kind of teach players, be a floor general for them. You know what I mean? And so with that said, would you be upset if the Knicks go out and get a young veteran point guard, like spend some of those assets that Joe Madden was talking about, like some of those second round picks, and maybe a player off the roster? Would you be upset with them going out and getting a point guard that has some miles on his leg already?
So I see one path. I see only one clear path to getting this young point guard. The only way we're going to get this point guard is we're going to have to unload Randall because he makes the most money.
No problem.
Charlotte's Hornets roster, and I see Graham, and I see Terry Rozier, and I see that they just drafted LaMelo Ball. And now I'm picking between Graham and Terry Rozier, and I wouldn't mind Terry Rozier. Like, I'm at the point, I hated Terry Rozier fit to this roster, but I wouldn't mind him or Graham on this roster at the moment. I just don't want the Knicks to overpay for something that they don't really need. Like, I understand that we need a veteran point guard. I understand that. But I felt like Leon Rose felt Alfred Payton was the best option to bring back. So since I trust the front office, I'll go with what Leon Rose is doing. I'm not going to sit here and think Steve Mills is still in behind the scenes because he's not. So no dumb move is going to be made. But Terry Rozier, Graham, Lonzo Ball. Is this a couple?
Graham? Which Graham? You talking about Devontae Graham?
Yeah, Devontae Graham. Y'all got a question? Can I throw a question at you, Freezy?
Come on.
Okay. I thought about this too when the other dude was talking. The man who was defending Randy.
Oh, he's gone.
Replace Alfred Payton with Lonzo Ball. Didn't the Lakers the year before LeBron got there win 32 games with Randall and Lonzo Ball starting? I'm asking you that question, Freezy.
Say that one more time.
Didn't the Lakers win 33 games that year when Julius Randle and Lonzo Ball was starting, and that was that summer that they got LeBron?
I think so.
So replace Alfred Payton with Lonzo Ball last season. Do we win more games?
Maybe a couple more, but
yeah.
So the reason why I say that is because I really think, and Freezy, I know you're gonna hate what I'm about to say. I really think it would behoove management to start Frank and start Obi Toppin. I don't care who's at the 3. If you don't want to start Knox, I understand. Start Reggie Bullock. But Frank protects Obi Toppin from getting destroyed or people just bombing us from 3. Mitchell Robinson protects Obi Toppin. And RJ Barrett protects Obi Toppin because RJ Barrett is not a sieve on defense. Dennis Smith Jr., low key, when he was motivated, like the Dallas game, he played defense. So I don't know, man. It's tough, Freezy. It is tough because The David Fizdale thing.
So I hear you. I hear you, and I feel you. I feel where you're going with it,
It's tough, bro.
but is it enough? Is it? So Joe, help me out with it. Is this enough though? Is say going to get Alonzo Ball? Is that enough to push us into that championship? Into that championship arc. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm saying is this: not just a guy that's going to keep the boat afloat, but if we add Alonzo Ball, does he put us in that young championship or playoff arc where if everybody stays together, we can contend for a championship?
You're gonna have to give the T. You're gonna have to extend Lonzo, give him this 14 million or whatever. Let him
Right.
run the team. Because the thing is, the guy can rebound. He can run. This team has to turn into a counter-attacking style of basketball. Lonzo gets the rebound. They go on the break. Obi likes to run. RJ likes to run. Mitch likes to run. This team needs to learn how to run. And you need to have that point guard that can rebound and get the ball out fast, that can run and can pass up the lanes quick. We don't have that. And Lonzo's the perfect guy. Lonzo's the perfect guy, and his shot is starting to get better. Mm-hmm. When you put all of that together, you don't need Lonzo, your point guard, to get 20 points a game, because he could get 10 assists a game, because when he's going to be facilitating to RJ and to Obi and to Knox and to the guys that like to run. That's what we need, fast-paced offense. This half-court basketball isn't going to suit us. We're going to be better full court. And Lonzo's the perfect fit. And I would give up a first round in maybe 1 or 2 seconds. I'd give up Randall, I'd give up DSJ, and I'd give up a first and maybe 1 or 2 seconds to get him, because this kid is perfect with Obi. Perfect.
Right.
The only way, if Obi doesn't, if Obi fails or doesn't do what we expect over the next 2 years, it's because they don't have a point guard to run with him. To make your front guys better, you need that facilitator. You need that point guard. He had a Jalen Crutcher, who's coming out of the draft, I think, next year. He's probably going to be a first rounder out of Dayton. He's a very good point guard, and that's what made Obi better. You've seen Obi.
So here's my question, because we understand that aspect of it, right? So we understand that aspect of it, where it's get out and go, and for the first time in forever, get some easy buckets for our kids.
Yes.
And because people are down, people are legit, and I'm posing this to state too. People are legit down on our kids because their scoring averages are so low. But you legit watch games and they never get easy buckets. Only Mitch. When it's Knox, Frank, any of those guys, we legit don't get easy buckets, barely, right? So I'm here to tell you, if they got league average easy buckets, all these kids' numbers will at least be up 2 or 3 points per game, right? And I'm talking about, and I'm talking about, and I'm not talking about just fast break, man. I'm talking about dead ball timeouts. The coach got the whiteboard, and he drew up a 3-pointer at the top of the key for Wayne Ellington, as opposed to drawing up a play to get Kevin Knox a wide open 18-foot jump shot on the baseline. You know what I'm saying? Or drawing up a play where you can get RJ already in motion towards the basket, where all he has to do is catch a skip pass and go to the basket. See, we don't see the thing is, and so we have so much and I'm not being disrespectful to the conversation, but we have so much convoluted argument and conjecture about the guys that we don't break down real stuff, like how Brad Stevens legit draws up out of bounds plays for Jason Tatum. Mm-hmm. People think Jason Tatum is just an ISO player going to the basket, but Brad Stevens draws up plays for this kid to get open looks. Mm-hmm. And he get like 3 or 4 of them, right? So he get 4 of them, and he hit 2. That's 4 points in a game. That means all he has to do is get the rest during the flow of the game. We don't get that for Kevin Knox.
Everything I just heard from you, you know what that equals? Bad coaching, Freezy.
Yes.
Big dog. I never said we had good coaching. What I'm saying is our coaching has been so terrible for so long that we accept a low ball. You know what I'm saying? We accept 20-point losses. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't do that anymore. You know what I'm saying?
how do you my fault, but how do you how can I say this?
I think we should focus on defense and be high tempo offense, up tempo offense, and focus on the defense. Our defense will create a lot of offense if we put the right guys out there with Tibbs' philosophy. I think we're going to be a good defensive team. I think it's we're going to iron out the kinks the first half of the season, but once these boys get locked in, I think going forward on who's actually going to be on the team, I think we gonna look better than what we were for a long time.
I just want to say real quick that if the Knicks decide to keep Randall, I think he should come off the bench with Quickly, Knox, Randall, and Nerlens Noel. That's the idea for me.
Yo, you know what's so crazy? I was thinking about if Randall came off the bench, I want him to come off the bench with Frank, Nerlens. I don't want Randall next to Knox. Like I don't want that at all. I want Knox next to Obi. So I want Randall with like Reggie Bullock and Frank, so they could protect him and Nerlens Noel, and then allow him to focus on scoring. And I kind of like that mix. Like the ring. The Randall fit. It's easy to fit him in the offense, bro. It's very easy. He's not trash, bro. Like
his offensive game is nice. It's just his shooting.
Yeah, like if he can hone it in, and Tibbs just always get him going downhill, no dribbling, just straight downhill. Yo, bro, you dribble 3 times, I'm sitting your ass downhill. If Tibbs can get him like that, Randall could easily win 6 Man of the Year, bro. This team could easily have the best bench in the NBA. Easily. You know what I used to like about the Spurs? Because the starters used to come out the game, and you got dudes like Boris Diaw, Ginobili. They running the muck on your second team. So
that could be a really strong, a really underrated bench in the league. But the Knicks might have, in my eyes. Look, we got Obi, and I am never going to disrespect Obi like that to put Randall to start over Obi, so I'm not going to do that. But I think if you put Randall, is that my mic doing that noise? Whose mic? Is that my mic?
That's my mic.
That's mine.
Yeah, I think that might be you.
Me? That's me, Teddy?
No, it's Hector. I think it's Hector.
Okay. I just want to say, you put Randall. Look, I mean, so far my idea was Quickly off the bench, Knox, Randall, Nerlens Noel, have them come off the bench, let RJ with OB and let them, I think my second favorite player, I would say Obi will be I think he should be the second best player in the Knicks offense with the Knicks. I think he's going to be the second best player. So I like the combination of RJ and Obi. I think those two. I think they're gonna do.
But here's the question, and I alluded to it earlier. What's the point guard situation gonna look like? Who are we marching to battle with in the future? So is it a year of another uncertain point guard? Because y'all know if Elfrid Payton, y'all know this for a fact. If Elfrid Payton starts at point guard, he's driving the tank because he started 330 games out of 360. And all of those games he started in was for a lottery team, right? Elfrid Payton is not a winner. You know what I'm saying? So if Elfrid Payton is the starter day one, y'all already know what you're gonna get.
Yo, right? We gotta just pray. We just gotta.
What about DeJounte Murray? You like DeJounte Murray?
He's not gonna trade him though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like Freezy. It's almost 4 a.m. We have to sit here and pray that Frank Ntilikina and Dennis Smith Jr. honestly comes into training camp ready, bro. Right. That's what we gotta really sit here. It comes down to those two.
It really does.
If those two was productive,
right,
we wouldn't even be here right now, bro.
But hey, I'm gonna tell you this though, my guy. Listen, it's like 4:00 in the morning, and Knicks fans love it, dog. This is the Knicks at Night podcast, so they love it. It's about 100 people watching, and they locked in, dog. They love this stuff. I'm keep telling you, it ain't because of me. These people come because they love this Knicks talk, dog. They love to hear State chopping it up. People in the
Night
chat
Owls.
showing you mad love. Heck, to get on here for this the first date in here, and he already comfortable with us. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and my guy, you know, and the homie, I don't know where Joe went. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, they love this Knicks talk, dog. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them deals where if we had a point guard or not, people gonna show up to support the Knicks, man. But to your point though, I would love for it to be somebody on the roster, right? I would love for it to be I would love it for it to be a guy that we already have, somebody that just took that next step in their development. But
And let me ask you something, Freezy.
What's that?
In my opinion, you know, every time Mitch is on the floor, I feel like Frank and Mitch got to be together somehow for just defensive purposes. When it just seemed like those two locked up the front and the back.
Wow.
I love them together.
Right.
Every time I see them play, I don't know what it is, but they just lock people down. And then with RJ improving on his defense, I just feel like it could be a great dynamic if Frank steps up, like State said. Only if Frank could get it together and be a little more aggressive and knock down that three at a higher percentage, just a little bit.
Right.
I see him working in the offseason. He getting shredded too. He getting big. He getting into his man body. I'm curious to see how he approaches this season with a coach that he respects. Because I think a lot of these coaches that came in, you know, be kind of playing them like, oh, we're going to focus on Moutier. We're going to focus on Jared Jack. We're going to focus on – I feel like Frank in there feeling disrespected a little bit, like, you know, like, what about me? Little old me. Like, you know, I'm not even from here. Y'all picking on me. Like, I know I'm a French guy, but damn, like, I could play too. It got so bad where he had to tell Fizz, I'm a dog too.
Shout out to my main man, Steve Mills.
Right. So with that said, so even if we hope, even if our hopes come true, right? Say these guys develop into floor generals, because Frank and what people forget is Frank and DSJ legit do good things on offense that don't necessarily equate to scoring, right? For themselves or for other people. But what I'm saying is they legit have to be a floor general, like move the pieces around on the floor. So the offense can be a fluid offense. You know what I'm saying?
They can
you know, so if they become floor generals by watching tape during the offseason and come back and find out, you know, learn how to direct the offense, I think the Knicks will be in a good position. Do I see either of them being a long-term starter at point guard? No. I legit think Cade Cunningham is the answer for us.
Listen,
I don't want to talk nothing about the
but listen, so right. But y'all know my stance. Y'all know my stance. I don't care about the lottery until the lottery gets here. Y'all know my stance. I want to win every game. I want to build a winning culture, because I don't think you can drag through a losing culture and then one day wave the magic wand and they'll be winners, because you've been through too much as a loser.
So your question.
I just want to say something. Okay.
Go ahead.
I just want to keep it consistent. Just because I defend Julius Randle doesn't mean that I want him to be starting. I just want to be saying that off the gate. I've made it clear in several episodes. I said it with when Sim was here. Freezy knows that. I've said it many times. Teddy knows that. I've said I like the idea of Randle coming off the bench with quickly, Knox, and Nerlens Noel. So because it's the first time I've seen you two guys. Now you know that when I defend Randle, I think we should keep him, but I think he'll be way better off the bench, working on his weaknesses with Kenny Payne and all that other stuff. Now, if you still want to, if we trade him, cool. But the idea for me of keeping Randle is for him to be coming off the bench and with better than last year. That's all I want to say. That's it. I just really.
All right. Well, I think we all agreed to a certain point, especially with the Randle thing. I'm not a fan of Randle being a Knick, but if he, like I said, if he here, you know what I'm saying?
We gotta rock
make
with
sure
him.
that you use it. Yeah. You know
what I'm saying?
Yeah. So,
hey, do you think he can make him? Do you think Tiz can make him into like a Carlos Boozer though? Really hit him like if he can hit the elbow, like the elbow.
2020 NBA, bro. It's 2020 NBA. They don't play the game like that no more. But
that pick and roll, if they could do the pick and roll in that free throw area, it could be a good thing with him and Knox, him and RJ.
He just clocked the
crazy.
paint. Him and
Not the
Mitchell.
rest
Y'all are animals, man. Y'all know it's 4:00 in the morning.
Man, it don't matter, man. We talking Knicks, man.
Hey, man.
Let me go to that,
Y'all are, yeah, and see, that's the reason why we love the Knicks at Night podcast, man, because this thing is like a big family, man.
And we just throw that scenario. Yeah.
And legit bring all this in, like Joshua Smalls is in the building. Some dude is in the building. You know what I'm saying? Like they legit tuned in to this right here. The Knicks at Night podcast is a legit family, bro. From day one, like Cass was coming in, and it's been all love for everybody. All they want to do is talk Knicks and be around other Knicks fans. And sometimes we don't agree, but that's just, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But yo, I'm gonna get off right now because I've been on for so long, man. I'm gonna try to get on tonight, but it's Thanksgiving, so I want to tell everybody.
Oh, I forgot it was
everybody in the video chat. Yo, happy Thanksgiving!
Happy
Everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving. Yo, Freezy. Last thing, you know why Frank Ntilikina could be the starter? Because I watched him on FIBA, and I watched him literally shut down Kemba and all those USA guards with Rudy Gobert, and they was in jail. So I want you to stay consistent because the right way to end 2020, and I'm out on this note, is for Tibbs to announce Frank Ntilikina is the starting point guard.
Oh boy, Chuck B was losing mine, and me too.
Oh, I'll be so happy coming here.
Hey, so State, let me do this real quick. State, you gotta let us know where we can find your podcast and all your work.
Yo, man, shout out to Nick Nation, y'all. Appreciate all of y'all for talking the Knicks podcast. Breezy, I appreciate you having me on your platform. I'm the host of the State of the New York Knicks podcast. You can find my podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor app, anywhere you can find my podcast. I got a new pod coming this Saturday with my guy Die Hard Knicks podcast. Another new podcast this Sunday with Alex Collins. I got another podcast coming up next week with God Up Knicks Fan. I got like 5 podcasts. I got them coming boom, 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 boom. So, always tune in.
Can we follow you on Twitter?
Oh, my Twitter is State of the New Y1. It's State of the New Y1. So follow me on Twitter. Y'all, Breezy, I always appreciate when I come on this podcast. Love the invite, bro. I don't care if it's 4 a.m, Thanksgiving. I'm gonna sleep for at least 3 hours, get back up, and I'm running to people's houses because I'm taking food today. I'm out. Right, man.
Hey, so just real quick, I wanted to say something before you dip. So Teddy and God and Moses and Elijah are working on a few things, man. So we may extend something to you down the road so you can help some brothers get their feet wet with some stuff. And I know you're gonna be cordial and welcoming as usual. Again, everybody, man, make sure y'all follow State. If you follow State on Twitter, he can direct you to the rest of everything else.
Yeah. Yo, I work with anybody. I don't care if you got a pod. I come on. I don't care. I'm willing to work with anybody. I ain't one of these dudes who don't reply to DMs. I done had Nick podcasters. I ain't gonna say no names, but in the past, you hit them up and they don't reply back to you. I ain't one of those dudes, man. Right. So it's all love. I always want to support. And also always do good for your people, man. I did not know Freezy like
this right here.
So it's always good to talk to good Knicks fans and people across the world, bro. Like my co-host is Australian. So you I always try to diversify everything, bro. Always, man. But let's just hope that Dennis Smith Jr. and Frank Ntilikina, I'm praying to God each night before I go to bed that these two kids can turn the bulb on in their brain and just give us some good point guard play. Because that's all we missing. That's all we missing is the point guard play. Even Randall will play better with better point guard play. And I hate Randall.
Off the bench. Randall off the bench.
Off the bench, started, it don't matter. But I know they'll play better with better competent point guard play. And last thing, I'm gonna get out of here. I would love to see Obi Toppin at the 5. No, Randall at the 5 or Obi Toppin at the 5 with Randall at the 4. And I want to see Frank Ntilikina with Emmanuel Quickly and Reggie Bullock. I want to see like a small ball unit. I want to see how that goes. But I'm out of here, people.
Hey, maybe that's a conversation for later on in the season.
Of course. We're gonna talk more. Yo, fellas, man, I'm out of here, man. I love you guys, man.
Hey, appreciate you, little bro. Appreciate that, man.
Anytime, man.
So we gonna end this, man. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Make sure everybody go out, get full, be safe, enjoy your family members, and all that stuff. And man, hopefully we'll see each other tomorrow night. But I mess around and hit that green bean casserole. You know I'm vegan. I mess around and hit that casserole, bro. I mean, I might have to holler at y'all Friday. Matter of fact, let's do that. Let's skip tomorrow, and then we'll just jump back on Friday with a lot of energy, ready to go.
If I could just say one thing, I want to appreciate y'all. I know it was a little like green at first. I wasn't timing in, but I want to appreciate all of y'all. Y'all can hit me up, Project Nerd HQ. I think I just added you on Twitter stat right now. I do like sports stuff, majority sports and politics. So if anybody would like to hop on and talk sports or politics, holla at me.
Word, no doubt. Hey, it's all love for that's the man. Listen, all we want to do is keep the conversation going. Knicks conversation, we want to keep it going. Positive conversations, we want to get it. We just want to keep it going. But thank y'all for everybody, man. I'm gonna get out of here and get some sleep because it'll be time to rise and shine in a few. Peace, y'all.
Get that turkey, baby.